due to the fact that we've seen a great performance from Oops earlier on in this tournament as well, and we'll talk to you more about that shortly. But there's a real possibility here that Rush, formerly Na'Vi, legendary previous world champions of the CIS team, scene, there's a real possibility we're going to get a shock here, and Rush will be leaving us today, even if they win this game, which will see a European and North American team progress out of this group at previously Na'Vi's expense.
Well, I hope Rush have really reset after yesterday.
Yeah.
Because if they don't get a mental reset, there is no chance for them in this match.
No chance for them.
Yeah, this would be absolutely groundbreaking history. At the first time Rush, formerly Na'Vi, would never, would not make it through the group stages at a big international tournament like this is really something absolutely phenomenal.
So, we need to explain it all because there has been so much speculation about what can happen, and the teams have been going, what do we need to do? How's this all going to win? So, are you ready? Because it's words and numbers time. Here we go. This is what the rulebook says. If there's a tie between all the teams in a group after all the games in that group have happened, these are the rules which will decide which team ranks higher and therefore progresses to the quarterfinals. The first rule will be face-in-face encounter results between the tied teams. If Rush win this game, every team of the three in this group will have 1 win and 1 loss. So we're going to have a 3-way tie for that. After that, we'll look at victory ratio. That's the difference between rounds won and lost. And after that, number of victories in single game. So it will come down to how many rounds you won. And obviously that's 5 in the case of a match that you won, but it also includes the rounds that you won in the games that you lost. With me so far, it is quite complicated, but let's break it down action by action and show you all the possibilities here. Rush are playing Oops. If Rush demolish Oops here, 5-0, Rush will go through with that 5-0 plus the 5-1 deficit yesterday. Rush will go through with a victory ratio of 1 round more wins than loss. Oops will be neutral, having won a match 5-0 and lost this one 5-0. And Elevate, they're currently on -1 and that's staying. They've had 2 games, they 5-1 and lost 0-5, so they are always going to be on -1. So, it is complicated, there's a lot of numbers. If it's 5-0, Rush go through. If it's 5-1, Rush will go through, but Oops will top the group. It'll be the other way around. Oops will be at the top with a victory ratio of 1. Rush will have nothing, having won a match 5-1 and lost a match 1-5. And Elevate will still be sad, no longer to be with us. So that's 5-0 and 5-1. 5-2 is where it gets interesting and more complicated. If it goes to 5-2 and it's a Rush win, then Oops will have won 7 rounds altogether. The 2 that they lost this match in, and the 5 from their earlier victory. Rush will be on 6, and Elevate will be on 5, and Rush and Elevate, as you can see, will be tied on victory ratio. Told you it was complicated. There's more. If it's 5-3 here, then Rush are out. If Rush win against Oops, 5-3, or if it goes to tiebreaker and Rush win against Oops, 5-4, they will be out. It doesn't matter. 5-3 or 5-4 for Rush, and it's over for Rush. Now that is very, very complicated, so let me give you the TLDR version for this. If Oops score 1 round, they are top of the group. If Oops score 3 rounds, Elevate are through and Rush are out. All the 5 this, 5 that. That's what it boils down to. 1 round for Oops and they're top. 3 rounds for Oops, no matter whether they win or lose. And Elevate are through and Rush are done.
You can see so much pressure here resting on the shoulder of Inspirer. Inspirer, one of the faces of Rush, formerly Na'Vi, one of the oldest guys in the league, one of the most experienced guys in the league and in the team. And yeah, this is one of these pressure moments where he needs to perform. We've seen him perform already at the Grand Finals 2016, where he managed to do that final kill, but he has to do it again.
Yeah, so you can certainly feel the pressure that must be on Rush's shoulders right now. They don't just have to worry about winning rounds, they have to worry about losing rounds. And that can be, it's just doubled the amount of pressure really that's being put on top of them. Killeroy there, again, like this is a complete all-star lineup, but they are going to need every single player today. Anatolich, their in-game leader there, always very vocal, always very active in the team, doing so much for them, and he's going to have to be on point.
And you can definitely see how nervous these guys are, because they have so much pressure. everybody is expecting them to win here. Yeah, not only win, but also not lose more than 3 rounds, because then they will be out of this tournament looking very, very focused. Even Strike, who is the guy to be relaxed most of the time, looks very, very nervous here. So yeah, a lot of pressure resting there on the shoulders of the Rush guys.
That loss 5-1 to Elevate was a surprise to all of us, partly because it's Rush and also partly because it was Elevate, who your boys Oops had knocked down 5-0. So we did not see, we know how good Elevate were, but they were not in a good place coming here. They turned it around to unbelievable extent yesterday. That was not the Rush we expected. And this looks like not the Rush we usually see either.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell they are very nervous here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see how they will perform.
This, as we know them, is Rush.
Team Rush, previously Na'Vi, have near countless championships under their belt. They were the locomotive of tank esports. However, since October last year, Rush haven't managed to secure a win at any major tournament, gradually giving way to their principal competitor, Tornado Energy. Changes were in order. Liv Shah became their manager, retiring from the active roster to be replaced by Beowulf, a former player of NSS. This was the roster at the beginning of the new season, but the beginning was hard. Uncertainty in their execution and lack of results, quickly followed by the loss of a sponsor, resulted in only 6 points scored after 5 games. In this potentially historic moment, one fan stepped up and offered financial support. The team burned their shirts once again, got a new logo and fresh motivation. In the very next match, they defeated their rivals, the current World Championships Tornado Energy. Soon after, Rush gained victory over Team Unique also. And in the fight against NSS, they showed great spirit, although losing the tiebreak. Rush completed the online stage on a positive note, beating their principal rival Tornado Energy 2 out of 3. However, the guys failed to repeat their success at the LAN finals in Kiev, losing to Tornado in the finals. Now they look forward to the final battle, will the old world champions be able to break the downward spiral and again declare themselves the winners at the international arena?
Rush, legendary players, world champions 2016, world champions 2014. But they come here off the back of a season where they were runners-up. And they come here with a lot to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, their opponents, Oops. I've talked to them yesterday.
Yeah.
They are very happy. We have to say that there is no pressure resting on their
Oops are
shoulders.
through, no matter all of the numerical options here. Oops are through.
So basically, they don't even have to care about the outcome of this match. But yeah, obviously, they want to beat Rush here, or at least take those crucial 3 rounds off them to knock them out of the tournament. That's
One round will do it, though, for Oops. 1 round and you will top this group. You're definitely through. 1 round against Rush and you are top of this group.
But
3 rounds and it'll be Elevate buying you drinks later on.
yeah, but Oops, I know the guys, and they told me yesterday, 1 round, that's not what they want. They want at least 3 rounds there.
At least 3. I think they'll be going for 5 today. You know, who doesn't want to beat
You're
a former
confident.
world champion and take, you know, a little bit of victory from them? Decher, they're one of the main damage dealers in Oops. You can always see him on top of the charts on STRVs, heavies, everything.
And actually, Decha, one of the guys that performs the best under heavy, heavy pressure. So yeah, if he has some kind of pressure going on there with wanting to take at least 3 rounds, I guess that's something going for
That's
him.
not
in
a
that case.
raging potato, that's a relaxed potato. We just saw there, he's in a good space. Creators here.
Also looking very confident, very relaxed. So yeah, looking
The only
good.
2 players in the lineup who isn't Polish at this stage. You know,
yeah.
the 5 Polish players in the lineup, they seem to sneak 1 more in every season. There's our second non-Polish player, Dead Zone, who is replacing Insane here at this tournament, who could not attend.
Now we talked a bit about your in-game leader, Insane, and how he's not here and whether that would have an effect. You don't need him. Huge performances from these guys.
Yeah, Kamil there showing the magical number 3. That's all the round that they need to knock Rush out of this tournament. But yeah, looking very focused. Karolf there, one of the youngest guys in the team. Also one of the, but also one of the most experienced guys. He's been playing for other teams a lot. Yeah, looking confident, yet a bit nervous. Oh, Milos.
Taking a few minutes back to soak it all in, relax a little bit, calm his nerves before the game. You know, even if you only need 1 round, to get that 1 round, it's off Rush, a former world champion. They're not handing out free rounds to anybody.
Good point. Yeah, chairs up. Roll out and create some history. The Tough Giraffes.
Oops, the Tough Giraffes is an up-and-coming team from the old world, holding the record of the longest win streak this season. Oops likes gaining momentum and riding it to victory. Expectations predicted a 4th or 5th place result, but the Giraffes broke the odds. Their confident victory over Gohard was considered luck, but the second game week matches against Ding and Kaznakru brought the doubters in line. After that success, Oops seemed unstoppable mid-season. Teams were swept aside, bringing their winning streak up to 8 before they were stopped. And although Gohard, Ding and Kaznakru got revenge in their second match against the Giraffes, it was too little too late, as they had enough points to secure second place, only behind Kaznakru. However, Oops will be without their hot-headed and extravagant commander Insane for the final battle, grouped with the multi-time world champions Rush and North America's first seed Elevate. Can Europe's third seed Oops adjust in time?
That European team we've seen so many times, had a lot of fun with great players on the World of Tanks scene. Oops, the Tough Giraffes have history in their hands here. They are through to the quarterfinals. The CIS team not being there because of a European team and a North American team in Elevate. Yeah, that doesn't come around every day. This feels like we're on the cusp of something very, very special and that we will all remember in World of Tanks.
Yeah, as I said, they don't only want the 1 round.
Yeah.
They want to write history right now. Yeah, it would be great to finally see a not only a Russian final in this tournament, and I guess Rush is one of the candidates for a final, so knocking them out would be great here.
Yeah, we saw something so unexpected there from Elevate, who managed to take a 5-1 victory off Rush. Like, that is completely out of nowhere, and there's nothing to stop EU doing the same.
Yeah. We knew Elevate were good. We talked about it a lot in their games yesterday and on Wednesday, how they've come here with these 2 amazing seasons, having only dropped 1 game in 2 seasons. That's an incredible performance. They were not themselves on the first day. All credit to Oops, though. Nobody's going to take anything away from your 5-0 victory over Elevate, but that wasn't the Elevate we know. The Elevate we know delivered in spades yesterday with 5-1 over a Rush that really we didn't know. Now, this is going to be very interesting to see what happens here. It's good that you guys are like 1 round won't do it. 3, we're not even sure we're going to settle for 3. If you get to 3, Rush are probably just going to keel over and die here because their hopes are gone. It'll be a very amazing performance from Rush if they scrap all the way to the end of this, thinking, well, we don't want to leave this with another loss. But as soon as 3 is done for you, then they know that their hopes are dashed.
Well, what I think, what really is worth mentioning at this point is that Oops are not going to bring out their super good strats, because obviously they're hiding that later for the quarterfinals. So I think Oops are just going to play the basic stuff, the standard stuff that they've always trained, that they know they're really reliable at. So I think this is what they are going to go for.
Now, we've talked a lot about, oh, this could happen, Rush could be out, oh, this could happen, Oops can top it, or Elevate can come through with you. But let's also focus on the fact this is Rush. Now, they were not themselves yesterday, but Elevate were not themselves on Wednesday. We saw an Elevate who were thrashed on Wednesday come back and beat these guys 5-1 the day after. Rush are another team who can shake off a defeat and come back. So what do Oops actually have to do to get these rounds against Rush, or even a win?
Well, mental states here are going to be, they seem to be playing a very large factor in this, and looking at some of the map picks here, banning out Proc and Ghost, probably a good idea against Rush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Ghost Town definitely one of the strongest maps for Rush also throughout the entire season. And I really like to see Cliffio, one of the maps we haven't seen a lot in this tournament.
And not a map that Rush likes.
And I know Oops have something really special prepared on that map, so we are definitely going to be seeing that. But yeah, Mainz, looking at the game that Oops had yesterday, or the day before actually, they won both rounds there. Rush haven't even played Mainz. So yeah, Mainz going to be really, really interesting to see. One of the picks of Rush, so they are going to really have to be, or have to be prepared on that map and have to have something special in their pockets.
They have a win rate though on Mainz, 71%, 71.5 if you like your first decimal places on mines for Rush. But, you know, coming off the back of that slightly mixed season that they've had, they're good on it in the season. They're going to need to be good on it here because at that point, it could be done and dusted.
Yeah, that Cliff pick, though, I think is quite interesting because I don't recall seeing Cliff so far in this tournament. And if you don't see Cliff and teams have been banning it, it means teams are not training on it. So that could really be the opening that Oops needs to take 2 quick rounds.
Himmelsdorf, I'm being told now, will be our tiebreak, should we get there.
Which
I
is a
don't feel
Rush
like we
pick.
can get there because when Oops have got 4, I'll be very, very impressed to see Rush scrapping it out. I know they won't want to leave here with their tail between their legs from having lost this game as well.
Well, even Himmel being one of the Rush picks, we saw Oops perform against Elevate on Himmelsdorf, and Himmelsdorf is known to be one of the best maps for Oops in general. So I think if it comes down to the one tiebreaker map, I think Oops gonna have the advantage there.
Well,
So
it may
Rush have
be-
picked it against you.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna have prepared on that map, but I know just Oops is good on it and is reliable on it.
You're good on Ruinberg as well. You're undefeated on Ruinberg this season.
Yeah, I mean, Ruinberg is usually a 1-1 map, but holding the 100% win rate, good stuff there.
There's not many teams that can hold a 100% win rate on a map after an entire season's worth of games. But on Himmelsdorf, even though Oops may be very good on Himmelsdorf, Himmelsdorf is historically a Russian map. All the Russian teams, the top Russian teams, love playing Himmelsdorf, and that's why I think we've seen Rush picking it out there.
Yeah, but I think this is sort of a thing that came from the old meta. You know, nowadays you play with Type 5s, play with the slow, heavily armored tanks, and I think Oops is not bad at it. But yeah, let's see what we're gonna get on Himmelsdorf.
An interesting game awaited us before the maps. After it's hard to tell who that favours because it is now or never for Rush. Any pocket strats that they've been holding back
gonna
for
see
other
them now.
teams, you got to bring it all out onto the battlefield now. I mean, you could turn up here and be, well, wait a minute, guys. Everybody calm down. Put your rulebook away. You used to call us Na'Vi. We are Rush, but you know who we are. This isn't a problem. Expect a win here and expect a big one. Rush can do that, but are they going to? Numbers to confident predictions time. I'm all in on this. I'm all with this storyline happening. Not all in on score, but I'm all in on action. I am going to go 5-3 in favor of Oops because I think once it's in their favor and the momentum is with them, I think it's all theirs, all for the taking. So 5-3. As soon as those 3 rounds are Oops's, it's all toppling down.
Well, yeah, don't want to take anything away from neither team,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go with the 5-3, but in favor of Rush.
Okay.
Favor of Rush?
Yeah.
A little bit of a betrayal there.
Yeah, come on,
coming through.
it's Rush.
He's
it's
a
still Rush.
professional analyst right here. He's
Okay.
showing no bias.
Well, I'm going to show my loyalty.
You haven't even got your
and
jacket on this
I'm
time.
going to go for the 5-4 to Oops.
All right.
I think it's going to go all the way.
Exciting stuff. Going to be an amazing game. Tomato the Lobster has a little bit of a reputation to protect after being wrong just now. I never thought I'd find myself saying the same thing. Tomato, mentor, guru that you are, don't let us down. All right then, so it's definitely on because Tomato tells us it's going to be a fight. Personally, I'm just beginning to wonder if he's scared of that shoal of fish, who always seems to go, over here, over here, over here. No, over there. What do you think? WOTfinals.com is where you need to let us know. Now, if you've made any predictions before we started our group stage back on Wednesday, you'll know that you spend stars and you can win them back to make more predictions and try and win prizes. So take a look now because you may well have found that some of your predictions already have earned you more stars and you can get them involved in the quarterfinals. And if you haven't been there yet, get your predictions in for the quarterfinals as we tick off these groups today because you can win great prizes all at WOTfinals.com. Here it comes. Well, it's feeling like final time, and we are nowhere near there yet. We're not even halfway through the final battles of 2017. Rush against Oops. Ready? Yeah, I think we are. Let's do this. Let's find out who's going to be through with us to the quarterfinals with Ector and Daki.
We are ready to go for this one, man. As myself and Daki, we've been looking forward to this one all day. Just to touch on what Niall said, Cliff hasn't been played all tournament, so it is the first time we're going to see it. Daki, do you think there's some pocket plays coming out here?
I don't know, I can't say anything until we see it. That much will be proven in the future. I know there might be a few things here or there, but you know, we'll find it out together with the audience. Not gonna spoiler that one just yet, but everybody is aware in the backstage what could happen, so we should be able to see it. It's gonna be a clash of the regions here, you know, North America and Europe rooting for Oops. And then we have the CIS powerhouse and the region behind them as well. It is us against our colleagues on the other side
I cannot wait to hear the difference in volume levels between us and the Russian casters.
I don't want to be, you know,
let's get into this one already.
I don't want to be pessimistic though.
It's gonna be Europe. That's all that matters.
If I'm Oops,
I'm Oops.
If I'm Oops, I want to take second place in this group.
Like, let's get into this now. So Rush, they're going to be starting off in the defense. Oops going to be starting off in attack here on Cliff. Multiple backchats, 2 IS-7s coming out there for Oops. Flexible lineup with a bit of armor, Daki.
Yeah, a lot of IS-7s here around. A Foch B actually coming out for Rush. That's an interesting pick. It's something we don't see very often on Mines. Inspire Beowulf going to be rocking those IS-7s. Oops, on the other hand, you can see a little bit of a choo-choo train here. Creator, Decha, Camel, Dead Zone, Raging, all going for 1-2 line. It's quick and it's aggressive. This boosting coming out from the bad shots will speed up the IS-7 significantly. You can see how much quicker Decha actually is compared to Creator.
Be able to get around that corner before Slide gets into position. Is he reloaded yet? Not quite yet. He's aiming up shots. He gets the first one into Decha, aiming up for it. Second shot connects with that second shot, sets Decha on fire. Luck playing into the side of Slide there to start off. Decha burning badly.
Yeah, Decha getting set on fire there. It's not a great start for the side of Oops. And then Miloš taking a shot from the T100. Rush coming out aggressive in the beginning as well. And so far, bringing the pain towards Oops.
Strike able to get up on the hill unchallenged. Rhino coming up behind them now. So Rush getting themselves into a good position. They have control of the lighthouse. That's something that Oops can get himself up into safely as well. But this initial damage on Decha and Miloš taking a shot. Now Crater also taking a shot, and Rush so far having nothing back towards them.
Yeah, no, great shooting here from Slide. Already on 2k damage in his Foch B. That's impressive stuff from this man. And he is bringing the pain towards Oops. Both his IS-7s below half HP. The Creator without a driver as well. It is going to be annoying for them.
This map was Oops' pick, so they had to have a reason for it. They had to have something in the locker. And so far, at the start, it's not going in their favor. A little bit of damage now coming back onto Rush as Slide takes a shot in his Foch B. We see that Kirolf here up on the hill is keeping Strike proxy spotted.
Ooh, Slido in the Foch B taking more damage, taking 2 shots actually, down towards 662. That's better stuff here from Oops. Slide look to be in a little bit of a trouble, but so far so good for both these teams. But Oops gonna be happy. They're gonna be rotating now. It's gonna be Camel, Dead Zone going through the back lines, making sure they're unspotted.
And Atolage now taking a shot in his T100, but Decha took another hit there in his IS-7. So teams taking damage across a couple of tanks at the moment, but it's been localized. It's been focused on specific tanks. Slide in his Foch B's taking damage on Rush, and Atolage in his T100 for Rush. In return, Oops have taken damage on both of their IS-7s and a little bit of damage on 2 of their backchats. Camille just struggling a little bit here with the climb.
Yeah, struggling a little bit, but will be able to make it up. They need to do this unspotted if they can, because the boys from Rush, if they smell an overmatch, they smell an opportunity, they will not hesitate to take it.
Dead Zone and Camel getting up safely into that area, just holding position, see if they can perhaps get shots onto Strike if he peeks over from that lighthouse area. You see Inspirer stuck on the side of a hill here like a mollusk underwater holding on to the side of a hull.
Camille now starting to push up in his bad shot, closing the distance. Oops looks to be wanting to regain that hill control at least. Camille now getting spotted out, and Atolage might give him one cheeky shot on the side there, but so far so good.
Nice connection there into Camille's face as he just peeks over. He's going to roll back away from that area, and Atolage keeping him well spotted.
Yeah, and Atolage, you can see rocking a camo net and rocking binoculars as well. That's a very stealthy T100.
3 tanks of Rush up on the lighthouse here. Strike clipping out into the dead zone. Dead zone taking 2 shots there. Losing his commander, taking 3 shots. Strike might be able to get a 4th one in there. Doesn't connect with dead zone. He has got a dead commander though. Heals him up immediately, and dead zone, that was a bit of a misplay there to get yourself spotted and lit like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of free damage taken here on the dead zone. And that is good stuff from Rush on this first defensive round of Cliff. Is staying ahead so far. Creator still locked down in that IS-7. They need to somehow get him out of that predicament because he needs to get into this fight as well. And look at that, Rush. They're looking to gear up for 1-2 line.
Rush starting to gather the tanks as they're moving over here. IS-7 coming over, Batchat cutting across the middle line to support their tanks. They are just holding up Oops' attention here on the lighthouse, but that's not where the push is coming in. It's coming on the other 7. They're pushing into the IS-7, but look at the damage going back into Rush and immediately in this area. Nothing is really happening at the moment, but this IS-7 of Oops is in a real bit of problem. Deca in problem. Look at this, Crater getting a nice shot. Inspire taking 2 hits as he comes around Deca. Doesn't quite have the gun depression, but manages to get one on Deca as he rolls off. Beowulf is now going to push in as well. He's going to try and get a shot of his IS-7, and he gets the first kill, dropping Deca here in 4 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah, they still need to push on towards Creator, or he needs to back around the corner and go save. In the meantime, Milos Kerov on this hill area trying to make a difference, but they need Kamil. They need Kamil to get up as well. If he does, then they will be able to push it, but there's still Anatolic in that T100 controlling this.
Rush at the moment here with a 2k HP advantage and a tank advantage. Are going to push now down into Crater. He's able to block 1 shot. Covering fire there, going into Beowulf from over the top. There is Raging Potato getting shots into as well. Beowulf in a dangerous position here right now. Can't get the shots, having to protect himself against Raging Potato and Crater. Milos in the meantime, he's taking some damage in his badge. He goes down because the fight in the hill has started. Kerloff coming down here, trying to get a kill into Rhino. He is going to be able to get that kill unless Rhino can get away safely. Kerloff being able to get the fight there. Camille's now coming around, but Strike is full health, fully loaded, and this is going to be a horrible fight for Oops right now.
Yeah, Strike has a full clip available, and Kamil will not be able to withstand the storm. Strike now looking towards Kerloff. He wants to go kill him instead. Creator goes down in the meantime, and Oops, on this first round, they bled too much HP in the beginning to really make this work, and now falling to pieces.
Kerloff falling down off the hill and tracking himself as he does so, but manages just to get slightly safe from Strike, but Strike knows he can take this exchange. He knows he has just 1 shot to kill him. Takes out Kerloff now. Now he knows that there's another tank up in the hill. Raging Potato gets a kill on Kerloid. It is 3 on 3 at the moment. Still recoverable here, Daki, for Oops.
Rush not really playing this out very well. Again, suicides coming around from that bat shot from Inspire.
Oh, Strike. Oh, can he take damage here? Nope. He does a waltz all the way down the hill and manages to get down safely.
Yeah, Kamil's still a 1-shot though, and you can see Anatolic in that T100 is going to start taking the hill. Rush should still have this because they have Anatolic, they have Strike on decent HP.
If only they could do something to get away from this Foch. They know where the Foch is, but the fact that Anatolic is still around in that T100, able to spot things, able to give Strike the vision, who has the HP, it's going to be really difficult for Oops to come back from this.
Anatolic really can't speak onto Kamil here because the dead zone is still waiting in the back lines with a fully loaded Batchat. Kamil was just on reload as well. Anatolic needs to play this safe, needs to play this careful. So far, the boys from Rush just covering all the angles, and they need to be careful here. Raging as well could get slide behind him at any moment in time.
Tense play here for Oops. How would you break it through, Daki, if you were in their position?
Well, I mean, I honestly would be going around the hill. I mean, Raging here, he's going to find slide in a few seconds. And if both him and the dead zone get spotted out, that will mean that Kamil will die in return on top of that hill.
Raging, don't do this, laddie. There's a Foch B just waiting for you. He is spotted. He does
the
back
proxy
off. He
spot.
does see Slide. Slide's going to back off around the corner. Raging might fancy this if he can get a shot on angle. Slide misses his first shot. Raging misses his first shot. Strikes there. Dead zone misses his shot as well. Slide should be able to say there's another shot. Raging actually firing again, missing. 3 shots left. Slide. Nice connection there from Raging Potato. Slide is now down to a 1-shot. Raging Potato, fantastic play. Doesn't take any damage in that situation. Oops now with the advantage.
Kamil in the meantime in the one-on-one against the Anatolic. Anatolic's pushing forward. Kamil, can he survive? Anatolic does not get the kill just yet. Finally he does. Down towards the 2-shot though. Strike now spotted out. It's a 2v2. 2 minutes remain. But Oops could still make this work, and Rush is nervous. You can see it. They're not playing as well as they could and they should.
Oops On the attack, Rush on the defense as Oops have to make the play. They have to go into the guns of Rush. They need to take down Strike. They need to get his HP down. This is a problem. Rush can play to the clock. They have the HP. Dead Zone now in a crossfire. He's struggling against 2 tanks here having to fight him. HP not on their side at all. Strike is able to continue to make his shots. Down to a 1-shot. Dead Zone now down to a 1-shot as well. And this looks like Rush are going to take round 1, but they're not going to take it cleanly. And this is going to be confidence and inspiring for Oops.
Raging looked like he deceived there. To be honest, like looking at it, it looked like he deceived there. He's just driving forward. That was weird.
Interesting. Well, there is our 2 Russian co-casters who are casting this match right now. They are going to be talking. This is me and Daki right now. So, hi.
No,
great
honestly,
first round.
I don't know what's going to happen now. That did look like a DC.
Bit of a technical issue there, perhaps, because we're back on us right now. Normally, we should be on the players right now. What do you think is going to happen with this one? I mean, it's tied 1-1. Oops, look like...
Tied 1-1?
Tied 0-1. No tie.
No, a lot of HP lost there by Oops in the beginning. Really slide in that Forge B, making short work of those IS-7s. Created kind of stuck on that corner, not able to come around. And then HP loss on Dead Zone, really significant for the rest of that game. If he stayed up on high HP, would have been able to make a difference. But in return, Rush still not playing that well, not making the correct decisions. Inspire just dying for free all around.
Nice play from Raging Potato, 1-on-1 against a Foch frontally.
They seem very, very nervous.
I mean, of course, you could see it in their face. Like I said to you at the start, I want to say, well, my opinion of, if anyone's Scottish watching this, you know what you say when someone's nervous.
This last play from Oops, I don't believe that they should have been both pushing down the same lane. One of them should have come from the backside, get Slide to turn his turret around, and then both of them push from the same angle. Well, not from the same angle. One comes from around, the other one comes from the front. Then Slide is torn between shooting one guy. They can actually kill him, and then maybe they can win that round. But yeah, not that great.
So much pressure. So much pressure on. So much pressure right now on...
Seems like I was right in the end there, right?
A bit of a DC, a bit of a disconnection.
I have no idea what we're going to do with this round.
Now, let's think about this. So, the pressure big time here on Rush. Rush cannot afford to have Oops win. Any Oops victory, Rush are out. And then when it comes down to all other scores, then, it gets complicated. But, I mean, like you say, once they take 3 rounds, Oops are just like, psh, we're safe. Elevator safe, and Rush don't really have anything to play for once Oops get to 3 rounds.
Yeah, if Oops gets to 3 rounds, then Rush might as well just lose the match.
Might as well just, well, not throw it, but like it is hard to keep up. You're playing for pride then at that stage. You're playing for pride completely.
I don't think they'll have any pride left.
Not much pride left. That'll be the first time knocked out at group stages. There'll be 2 American teams in the quarterfinals. If it goes down the way we think it goes down, I mean, after this match, they won't know necessarily who they're facing because it's going to be Kazna versus Tornado. That's going to decide the placement of Kazna
if I was
and Tornado.
Oops, I want to be second in this group, mate. Honestly, if I'm Oops, I don't really want to top it.
Why?
Because if they top their group, they play against Unique. If they don't top their group, they play against...
No. If they top the group, they go against Yato. Because they're top, they go against Yato.
That's
they
true.
want to win the group. They win the group to go against Yato. The loser of the group goes against Unique.
Small technical hiccup there.
Yeah, it's bad when I have to tell you what's going on, Daki, Do you want to have a look at it? I'll show you right here. See, look. Unique are already playing top tier. Ding are already playing Yato. I think I've maybe written it wrong as well.
That's what I'm saying.
It's complicated,
man.
guys. Me and Daki are not necessarily the brightest when we get together. It's like too much energy.
Don't give me that.
I can give you that. You're wrong. I'm wrong. Nobody can be righter when we're both wrong.
I don't know if I'm wrong.
Your
That's
words,
the thing.
Your exact words.
I don't know if I'm wrong. That's the thing. I thought I was right.
I had A win versus B second.
No,
I
was fairly convinced that the winner of this group goes on and plays against. The winner of this group goes and plays against Unique, and the runner-up.
No, because the winner can't go against Unique because Unique's top of their group. So if you win a group, you can't go against somebody else who's top.
No, sorry. That's why I said Oops wants to be second in this group, because then they play...
Unique.
Yeah. Now I'm confused again. Ryan, you threw me off, man.
Unique's top of their group.
You threw me off.
If Oops win this one. Tell you what, Daki. So we give our brains a rest. Let's actually go into an interview with Camille, who'll be able to just have a talk through things and while we try and work this out between us.
It was the hardest case to get to this group because Every team is really good here. We have Elevate, which is top 1 American team, and we'll be playing against Rush, which is also top 2 in the world, in my opinion, team. So I think all matches will be really tough, and we are well prepared for those ones, and I hope we'll win our game. We definitely expect to beat Elevate, so we are preparing all the time to play and beat them. And then we'll see we'll be preparing because we have 1 day less to train, and we'll be preparing for Rush at this day. I think we don't have really a favorite map because all maps and all strategies are changing all the time because of new patches, new tanks and so on. Long time ago we were really good at Himmelsdorf, now it's a bit different to play this map. So we don't have our favorite map, it also depends on our IDs and everything, how the battle will go. I think if you are playing the second time the LAN event, it's not that difficult for you. The first time maybe it is, at my case it was, but from event to event you get a lot of experience which helps you all the time, and I think at this event everyone will be playing their game well. I think it's just easier to play online because there is this 1 factor less, and everyone from our team plays better online than offline. But I think in this tournament everyone will be fine to play. We are talking all the time about tactics and just making sure that everyone knows what to do, and we are trying to be as much prepared as we can for the upcoming match. Playing against Elevate should be same level as us. We expect Rush to be definitely better than us, but if we will play some one-time strategies and play aggressive, then they might lose against us. So I think match against Elevate is going to be a really tough one. Thanks for supporting us, and see you in the battlefield.
And welcome back
At least we
to
figured-
Whiskey and Waffle.
At least we figured out in the meantime.
We did. We
Oops
got the
wants to
groups
win
wrong.
because then they
The
play
winner of
Yato.
this one, the winner of this match will be whoever comes top of this group will go on to play Yato in the next one, because
Yeah, that's why they only want to take.
Place.
Well, I mean, even at
Yeah.
that point, I
But
was
whoever
confusing
comes
myself.
second in this group will go
I was
up against
confusing
Unique.
myself with that because if I'm Oops, on paper, all I need is 1 round, which
Yeah.
really, I mean, it's sad to say for Elevate, right?
But
if I'm Oops,
Oops are
if
looking
I'm-
after their own.
If
you know?
I'm Oops
Yeah.
and I pick 1 round, then I just start playing standard.
You just yeah, because you're safe.
Because I'm already top of my group, why would I
But-
show anything more?
But like Meland was saying, if you have the chance to go on and beat a team like Rush, and after just seeing what happened to Rush yesterday, you're going to be like, I want a piece of that. I don't want a piece of that. I want the whole pie. You're going to be thinking.
That's one thing, right? But still, you got to look out for the rest of your tournament. And if the rest of your tournament is better off just playing standard and not giving away your best strategies, then you just don't play
And
your best
also,
strategies.
we talked about this last night as well. Rush are going to be pulling everything out the bag, aren't they? Because they're desperate
Well,
to
they
get
should.
into the quarterfinals.
They should
They're
be
going to be
pulling
pulling out
everything out
all
of
their
the bag.
special plays. Oops are going to be perhaps holding some back. Maybe doing something special, like I said, with this Cliff pick. Now, we're waiting to find out if there's potentially going to be a replay of the round or not. We don't know. Possibly, you know, could happen. Once we know more, you guys will know straight away.
I'm not sure myself. Like, honestly, if there was a DC at the end of the
If
game,
it's a computer switching
if,
off,
if there was a DC
it's a
at the end
technical
of,
error that's not
if it was
player.
a technical error on the side, not of the player's fault,
Mhm.
but of the stage or whatever happened, then
Because you can't restart.
then the round should be a replay, because the round was not finished and both teams still had
Because
opportunities.
in like a regular online season, if someone just disconnected, that's tough luck, isn't it?
Well, I guess you would class this as a server DC in the
Yeah.
regular season, which would be a replay.
Interesting.
Which Rush is not going to be very happy over.
I wouldn't be too happy of that in that
they
situation,
had
because that
the
was a nervy
advantage.
start.
They had the advantage.
It was a nervy start, and
But
also the teams can change their lineups. They know the lineups now. They know exactly what each other's going to pick. So if it was a restart, we don't know if it is yet. If it was a restart, exact same lineups. Nobody can swap tanks. Both teams know each other, what they're going to pick. So you now have time to think about a counterplay to it. Interesting. Generally, never ever had that really in a season. We've had sometimes restarts, but nothing like this where someone's DC'd.
It just looked weird because Dead Zone was just reversing, and Raging was just driving forward. I mean, I know Dead Zone is not the greatest player in the world, but 1-0 Rush.
Okay, so it's counting as the victory for Rush. Rush have taken round 1, 1-0. There won't be any kind of replay. But hey, Oops can always bring it back in the next round. And like we said, they only need 1 round, and Oops are top of their group. Then after that, it becomes the fight between Elevate and Rush, which is in the hands of Rush and Elevate.
So the admin decision is that Rush had the advantage at the time of the crash because there was 2k HP versus 1.3. Therefore, the round has been given to them.
I'm glad you caught that when I was talking, because there's no way I caught it. It was a very, very calm and polite voice, though.
Well, that's
Do
the
you
admin
believe-
decision.
Do you believe of the magical voice of Dorjan in her head there?
That's the admin decision, so we're going to be going
Yep.
with that one. That means that Rush is 1-0
Rush
up.
1-0 up currently right now.
I mean, technically speaking, they were always going to win that round
it
anyways.
looked like, I mean, with Strike on all the HP,
Anatolich still has... So Anatolich was a 2-shot and Strike was above a 3-shot.
but they were having to come through the middle of both of them to take on
they were
Strike.
playing against a 1-shot and a 2-shot
Two-shot,
backshot.
yeah.
So
It was going to be a tough call, but there's always the potential of something happening.
we shall
Could the
never
ammo
know.
racked, could the ammo racked
Elevate
Strike.
probably right now very unhappy about this.
Oh.
I would be too.
Oh. It's been a hell of a tournament for this group, to be honest. Hell of a tournament. Elevate starting off, getting an absolute kicking from Oops, then Elevate bouncing back yesterday and absolutely smashing Rush. It was Rocky Balboa standing over even Drago. You know, a victory for America against Russia. A great victory. One that certainly the American Wargaming League guys are going to remember for a long time. I know they're absolutely hyped about it.
Something, you know, Niatron didn't achieve.
Ooh.
We.
But no, Rockstar Rookie, they were super happy about it. So B-Ted talking about it as well. All the other teams as well. Like I said, it was really cool. We were at the stage. Once, like, we were watching it. Like, I was actually watching it from the stage. When Elevate won, it was like relief. There was no cheer. It was relief. And then when he walked across to shake hands with Ruff, all the people that gathered there actually gave Elevate a round of applause. So really nice that all the other teams and people watching there were really on point for that.
Good stuff here, though, from Slide again. Setting Decha on fire. Obviously, all these crews are maxed out. Every crew skill available towards them. So he doesn't burn for too long, but obviously it's still annoying.
Unfortunate indeed. This was when Crater was taken down by Inspirer. Dead Zone getting a bit obsessed there with the top cam, looking nice and relaxed, not get his shades on. This is when Cameo gets killed. You can see the frustration in his eyes. Deca getting pushed on here by Beowulf. Unlucky that connection didn't go into Beowulf there. Being able to get the kill on Deca. We're likely going to see Raging Potato one-on-one the Foch, which was very nicely done. This is Beowulf against Crater from earlier on.
Yeah, I think Crater should have fallen back a little bit more, though, in that situation. But yeah, Clearlord here getting set on fire when he was pushing for Raging. That is very annoying for him. Crossfire coming in as well. A missed shot there, even.
Connected, yeah. Always just these one shots, two shots, you know, always so close. Raging Potato coming out, top damage in the back chat there. And actually, Anatolich in the T100 coming out top damage for Rush. So extremely well played for him using the mobility of that tank.
Yeah, he did very well in that T100. Very stealthy with a camo net, with binoculars. Really threw a spanner in the works for the side of Oops, who, when they were driving through the middle, you saw Dead Zone, what happened to him. Losing 1.3k HP, and it wasn't a good start for Oops. They almost recovered, but even now, Rush not looking as strong, as confident. There is mistakes, there's questionable plays, and they're gonna have a tough one. I mean, the nerves are all on them. Oops already know that they you know, for them it doesn't matter, but
it's the pressure now, and also that Oops have Oops have their own fate in their own hands, but they also have the fate of 2 other teams in their hands as well, realistically. So once they get their 1 round, they're like, okay, guys, let's still keep pushing for it. Because like Milan said, Oops are not going to sit back and just go, okay, we're playing for 1 round. Like I says, they don't want a piece of the pie. They want the whole thing. They want to be able to say we defeated Rush as well. They want to equal what Elevate did. You know, after they defeated Elevate, they want to be able to show, hey guys, we beat the top team in America and we beat effectively the 2nd best team in Russia. You know, stand up and be counted. Oops are the team that everyone's been like, okay, you know, like it's came to this final point and they've not been able to quite finally go the distance. So they had a great season earlier on and they tripped up a little bit in the season. They had a nice unbeaten run and it kind of went all pear-shaped when they lost 3 in a row. So, I mean, if there is the time to step up, it is going to be now. This is where Oops should step up to the plate, Daki, and say, hey, you know, this is our match. Everyone, this is our moment.
Yeah, Oops should be bringing it now. I mean, it is Cliff Attack. I'd say still the less favored side. Now they get to defend, however. I think they have a solid plan in this one. May or not have seen them when they were playing it. You know, it's some things, you know, yeah, you know, little birds whispering here and there.
Daki and your little birds. What are you, Lord Varys? Well, we're going to find out in a minute, Daki. This is round 2. We see the Spa Panzer coming out here for Rush, taking a different light tank on the attack. Oops on the defense. Rush currently leading Oops 1-0. Can Oops tie it back 1-1? Or are Rush going to take a 2-0 lead?
Well, I can tell you that there's going to be 1 Batchat going through the middle for the side of Oops, 1 going next to the rock on the 4 line, and everybody else going to be pushing 1-2 in a choo-choo train behind the I-7s. That's my prediction for this round.
Daki, the Oracle. Are you the Oracle more than Tomato, or is this a play that you've been watching already, Daki? Because there's 1 Batchat going one way, 1 Batchat going another way, and everyone else going another way.
I channeled my inner Matt Andrews for predictions. That's why.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. The choo-choo train has started. They're going to get around that area completely safe. Oops are going to have control of that side of the map. Rush are going to have control of the higher grounds. And how's Oops going to use this position, Daki?
Well, my spidey eyes might predict a push from the I-7s to F4 at one point from the side of Oops behind that little hill to get a crossfire on towards those I-7s if they want to go for that. Sometimes they do.
Crater taking a hit already in his tank as he pushes across. Deca not taking a hit, but they've had to back off the Batchat of Raging Potato. He fired a shot, backed off. Another shot going into Crater. There is Overwatch from the Batchat over in that area, so Crater and Deca in a bit of a crossfire here. Nice shot there into Rhino from Crater. Daki, if they can pull this one off, it'll be you being dropped in the fish tank next time.
Maybe. Now Anatolic on the top of that hill needs to be blocked off. Kamil, Miloš, they really need to climb up and make a difference there, because if they don't, then Anatolic will just continue spamming heat at those IS-7. So either Kamil, either Miloš is going to have to make his way up on top of the hill to get that Borsig to stop being a nuisance, to stop being annoying.
And Spider starting to do the rear climb here, keeping himself completely safe as he pushes up onto the hill. Dead Zone taking a shot there from Beowulf as he peeks up over in this area. Now the problem Oops have is that Rush know exactly where they are, and Rush have the elevation advantage. They're shooting down into Oops, which starts to negate some of that armor vow that they have on their tanks.
Yeah, Miloš now in a fight with Krelord, he needs to play it safe. There's a lot of bad shots there for the side of Rush, but he is going to be reinforced by one of his own bad shots, and immediately double bad shot from Oops dropping off, going to be rotating over there as well. Yet these IS-7s, they need to play it safe, they need to be careful, and if this rotation from Oops gets spotted out, there surely will be a counter push.
Tanks currently lit up right here now. Oops, a long-standing team in the EU region. Rush, a long-standing team on the RU region, formerly known as Navi. Who's going to come out on top here? Oops only need 1 single round to top this group. Rush are fighting for their survival in this group to continue on in this tournament. If they cannot win this match 5-1, 5-2, 5-0, they will be out. They will be out for the entire tournament. And once again, we have a little whoopsie. It's time for the Whiskey and Waffle Show.
I guess... Are they still playing? Who knows?
Looks like they are perhaps still playing.
Yeah, it does look like they're still playing. They're still in this game. Sadly enough, we can't see what's going on right now.
I think somebody right now is looking very worried about the cable they just pulled out to plug in a mobile phone somewhere. Nah, we have no idea,
I told
really.
you we needed to keep Mojo away from chewing on the cables.
Where is Mojo? Is he on it? Hey! Oh, there we go, Daki. Back in the action here. And look at this. While we've been away, Kirloff has been dropped in his bat chat, but Kirloid has been dropped in his bat chat as well for Rush. So 6 on 6 at the moment. But Oops are in a bit of a dangerous position here. They're bleeding HP across the board. And Rush still have a lot of HP.
I have no idea what happened. Raging lost most of his HP, Camel lost much of his HP, and in the meantime, Karov died. So I don't know what Oops did here, but it didn't work out that much we can see in terms of HP, at least. I was surprised that Camel did not go on top of the hill to try and fight against the RU. Just a lot of weird stuff here from Oops, which normally they would do. I don't know why they didn't take the hill. They should have really taken the hill, and now they're just getting farmed.
Difficult situation here for Oops. Deka now gets dropped in his IS-7. That's a kill coming in from the Anatolich there up on the hill. Rush still with a huge HP advantage here over Oops. Like I say, this pressure of the high ground that they have over Oops is just so difficult for Oops to try and make a move, because everything they do is going to be spotted from Rush. They're shooting down on them. It's going to be easy penetrations for all their shots. And right now, I see no way for Oops to come back to this. This looks like Rush taking Cliff 2-0 and taking initial advantage here in this matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, that was not that good from Oops, I guess. We don't know. But yeah, normally they would send tanks on the hill, which didn't happen in this case. Anatolich kind of pestering those IS-7s, and I'm guessing Oops went for some sort of counter push around the hill and got farmed by the bad shots from Rush. My best bet.
Milosh now about to take some hits from Slide. The Slide pushes in off the HP, and Spider comes in with the ram kill on Milosh. Dead Zone trying to get some final shots, but there's nothing left he can do. Crater, only one left in his team with a dead driver. Anatolich picks up that kill, and Rush are now in the lead 2-0 here against Oops, the Tough Giraffes.
Well, that round went past us.
Indeed. I mean, this is the thing. Oops picked this map, and Oops couldn't get a win on this map.
Yeah,
so
did they would send bad shots on top of the hill. I don't know why that didn't happen this time around.
Did they have a plan for the attack? Did they have a plan for the defense? We will never know, Daki. We will never know.
Normally the bad shots would go on top of the hill, which didn't happen in this case. I'm not sure why. They could have blocked off the Anatolich from absolutely farming those IS-7s. He was very annoying towards them. Maybe a little bit of nerves for the side of Oops coming into effect here.
Possibly. It's something that they should have been ready for, definitely. Oops were coming into this one super confident. They were like, it's okay, guys, we know what we need to do. But, you know, they really need to kind of step up. Like it says, it's that one round, and this is the thing, Daki, like you said, once Oops get that one round, do they continue to push on super serious, or do they just sit back and go, okay, we got our one round, you know?
I don't know, they seem to be trying, because they look a little bit nervous, at least, in this one. I don't know, we'll see though. Mines, how that one will go. It can go anywhere, really. Mines is that kind of map. I believe in Oops, to be honest, to make a difference.
Well, our next map that we're going to get in between these two teams is going to be Mines. It's Rush's pick. Then after that, we'll get Himmelsdorf, which was Rush's pick. And then we'll get Ruinberg, if it does get to that stage, which was Oops's pick. And Himmelsdorf's going to be a tiebreaker. If it gets to tiebreaker, well, Rush are screwed, because there's no way for them to continue in the tournament because of the result-wise. That means that Oops are going to be doing better. Dead Zone seems to say, you know, that's okay. It seems to be looking like he's acting like it was part of the plan to lose Cliff 2-0. It's a very bold strategy, Cotton. I wonder if it's going to pay off.
Hopefully it will pay off. Yeah, they got spotted out here in the open. They were trying to counter push 8-9 line, and it didn't work out. I'd rather see them do what they did in training, which was go on top of the hill. Not sure why this didn't happen in this case. Rush getting a 2-0 lead here. Elevate starting to get more worried every round that goes by as they see Rush taking an advantage. It's on to Oops now to bring it back. And only Rush players in the top 5.
Yeah, tells its own story 100%. Not good. Need dobrze, as we'd say in Poland, Daki.
Yeah, need dobrze.
I say we say in Poland, that's because me and Daki were living in Poland previously, not because me and Daki actually speak Polish.
My Polish is flawless.
Flawless?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you say, hello, my name is Jordi in Polish?
This is an English-speaking stream, therefore I shall not venture into different languages.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Jody. You could
That
do that,
was
couldn't you?
disastrous French.
Why don't you show me how it's done?
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi? Pourquoi pas?
This is English speaking, Ryan. Let's get back on track. Oops.
Right now, without even looking, there's going to be people in chat going, "Ha! It's English speaking. What language is Ektar speaking?"
Ha ha.
Ha ha!
All right, let's take
round 2 here. Okay.
Let's all together take a very close look at what Oops is going to do with their T100 on Mine's defense. Because if they do...
What's Rush going to do with 2 T100s, Daki?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's take a look first what Oops is going to do with theirs.
Right. Mine's second map of the day. Round 3. Can Oops bring it back 2-1, or Rush going to go ahead 3-0? Oops on the attack. Sorry, Oops on the defense. Blue sides. Rush on the attack. Red sides. Camille going for the climb. And he slid and
he
failed
failed!
it.
No!
And that entire tactic has gone up the poop creek.
No, they were going to do something which hasn't been seen yet in this tournament, and he failed it. I'm so disappointed.
This is gone not to plan whatsoever. Milos and Crater coming over the side of IS-7 is generally not a place where
Wait,
the
he's going for it
IS-7s
again.
go.
He's going for it again.
Camille is going to get himself set up. The T100s are up on the hill. Can Camille get up into this area unspotted? Can he do it undamaged? Is the next one. He's going for the climb. He's going up in the area. Can he get up and across? He makes it. This time, not he slides down. Once again, pressure, 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 pressure.
I'm so disappointed. This was going to be so good. I don't know if he has another try. I don't know if he's going to do it again. It does look like it. Third time's the charm, I guess.
If he manages to make
Come
it
on, Camille.
for a third time, come on, laddie. Hopes and dreams of Europe on your shoulders. And he's up.
Spotted.
He's spotted, but he goes down. No? Yeah, he's down.
Yeah, he has to, because this time round he got spotted out
And
by
now
the
the
boys from
positional
Rush.
play from Oops on the defense is completely given up. Rush have the hill, completely uncontested.
That's so disappointing. And Rush now has the ability to boost zero line by themselves as well, because there's nobody under the hill. This is not good for Oops. This is not a good position. Coming in that T100, kind of a...
Counter climb coming up here.
Yeah, but this is not good. I mean, now they're just going to climb zero line from the Rush side. Like, they're just going to send their T100 up.
It's exactly what's happening right now. Is it's Inspirer or Kirloid making this climb right now. You can see on the minimap he's round about E9 area, climbing up on that hill. He is spotted. There's a Super Conquer T100 that can shoot across into him. It's Kirloid making the climb. He does take one hit, but now he is up completely uncontested. He can continue to move up across that area, give his team great vision of the rest of the map, and Oops now, well, they need to pull something out the bag here, Daki.
Yeah, Kirloid even gets up and spotted, only taking one shot of damage. That's not good for Oops. I do believe there needs to be a reaction here from them, because that T100 could be very annoying from that position. Camille does get out safely, so that's something, but I think that the second T100 might be joining, or going to A8. It's going to be A8. In this case, Camille going to go towards the island. I have never been this disappointed in my life. 3 tries, 2 big fails, and 1 spotted. He could have done it unspotted without ever being seen.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, to quote a good friend. But now, Oops on the defense are going to try and run down his clock as best as he can before Rush decide to make a move. Oops, normally in a defensive situation like this, where you can run down the clock, you would have the benefit of some big hitting tank destroyers, which they don't have.
I'm worried about one thing though here with this Type 5 heavy. I don't know, at one point Rush could park a T100, for example, behind it, so I'm kind of worried
Stick
about
the
that.
Type 5 heavy on base 1 and then slide in a T100 behind it. Maybe that was their plan all along, Daki, because it's unusual to see 2 T100s being used in an attacking lineup like this.
Yeah, Oops has to hold on for 6 more minutes and 30 seconds. It's not looking that good, to be completely honest, for them.
Nice shot there from Milos into slide. Oops are going to have to batten down the hatches and weather the storm right now from Rush. Once again, Oops only need 1 round. Slide putting an HE shell back across into Milos's face.
Yeah, I just want to see what this T100... Oops, I mean, Rush at one point will push down 8-9 line. All the positions tell us this. And the T100 from the hill will just peek up, keep them spotted, and make sure that if they try to peek out on shooting the Type 5, they will not be able to. It does look like Rush will put the Type 5 into the cap at one point. The T100 bailing from the hill. It does look like the strategy here is to put the Type 5 on the cap, the T100 behind, and it's going to be an attempt to cap with a shield, something we haven't seen from a while, but they have the positions to make this work though.
Could a potential reset come in from the T100, however, of Oops? Nice shot there into Raging Potato. Look at all that module damage. He's lost a driver, he's lost a gunner. He's not healing them straight away. Does Raging Potato not have a health pack?
There's an opportunity he doesn't. Beowulf now being farmed in the Type 5. That is expected, however, because it is a shield cap. Look at it.
Beowulf happy to take those hits. He wants to die for his team. Losing the Type 5 heavy is not going to matter. Raging Potato is going to play almost no further fight in this battle. Actually, he does go down, getting the first kill there, but without a driver and without a gunner, his long-range shooting is going to be terrible.
The only opportunity I see here for Oops is they cannot counter-push the hill. They need to push with the IS-7s under the hill, alongside the side, and try and get behind this T100 with one IS-7. That's the only opportunity I see. They cannot push the hill. I believe that either an IS-7 or a Batshot should be pushing 7, 8, 9 line straight onto the T100 and kill him.
So
Sacrifice, but worth it.
IS-7 of the Anatolich and Strike would have to drop down on top of them, or Slide actually is up there. And like you said, Daki, they're going to come round the hill here. Crater leading the way, then Dead Zone, perhaps worried about the tanks dropping down top of him, but they do have covering fire of their teammates behind them. T100 Light going round the long way up top, which I thought would happen. Milos taking a hit there in his IS-7, just kind of holding the attention of the players. Crater and Dead Zone continue to move. It's the proxy spotting that's worrying them. They think that somebody else is perhaps up in that area. Only really the T100 of Kirloid can get crossfire shots to them. They have 40 seconds to make their play. They're going to have to do something soon.
Yeah, Strike is already covering that angle though in his Super Conqueror. There needs to be a play now. Karov closing in the distance as well. They need to go for Inspire and they need to not lose too much HP for it. I still believe Karov needs to go for the straight push on towards this T100. If he kills him, it will be worth it. Karov, he's going to have to go for it. He needs to kill Inspirer.
Kelloff making the move, getting past everyone. They can see him moving up now. Inspirer's aiming towards him. Kelloff takes a hit, takes 2 hits, gets right behind him. He's going to get the reset. Coming in there, reset coming in. Can he actually kill Inspirer with this? Inspirer doesn't kill him. There's another shot coming in from Kerloid there. Kelloff backs off round the corner. Inspirer misses. Kelloff comes round, misses. Kelloff comes round again. There's another miss shot. Kelloff gets the kill there on the T100. Oops have the advantage now. They've dropped 2 tanks here off Rush. Now they're playing defense. Now they can pull back and shore their lines up once again.
That was good stuff there, but bad shooting from Rush. Inspirer missing. Krelord bouncing with a critical hit, saving Oops in this round and saving Elevate so far as well. That was the play. Karol had to go for it, but Rush had it. Inspirer could have killed him. Krelord could have killed him, but they didn't.
Oops backing off with their line. They are bloodied and bruised, but they're still holding on. We're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Rush are going to have to go in for another cap shenanigan.
They're going to try again
or
with
they're
T100.
going to have to look for everyone to get the kills all rounds.
They're going to try again, I guess, with the T100. They're going to try again to put him behind that wreck and try and work that way. At least that's what it's looking like. That or a Super Conqueror, one of the two.
With the silence in the background, Daki, it feels like we're going to drop into Silent Hill. But no, Rush taking a bit more damage as they're starting to move up. Strike takes a shot there in his Super Conqueror. Raging Potato can still potentially have a big part in this battle with a dead driver, with a dead gunner. Kilroyd going into the cap circle. Now they're parking a Conqueror on his butt to protect him from the rear end. This is an all-in move now from Rush.
It's not over yet here for Rush. They still have just enough time to cap alone. Deca pushing down, Dead Zone pushing forward. Again, they're going to try to push on every single side to get these resets. It is 1 minute and 57 seconds. Dead Zone just pushing straight forward. If they kill Kirloid, it should be over. Raging Potato still in the base. 1 or 2 resets is going to be all they need.
Angle coming in here, Dead Zone picking up in Strike's face. He has support of Deca as well. Kerloid's going to go down for this one. He can just push around the corner and get a shot. This is going to be Oops taking this one. There's the reset from the Dead Zone. Dead Zone can happily die now in this situation. 1 minute 30. It's going to be really difficult for Rush to find all these tanks as they get the kill onto Kerloid. Dead Zone getting the kill, Crater getting a kill. Now Slide gets returned on Dead Zone, but it doesn't matter. Oops are going to be taking this round from the hands of Rush.
Don't forget, this at least means that Oops will be in top of their group. So they are going to be number 1 in this group at the very least. So good stuff by them. Dead Zone there with the smart play as well, just in case, making sure that his wreck was on the cap so Strike would not go behind it or had to push him first. And Oops with the miracle plays.
Deca taking that one against Strike one-on-one. Only Rhino and Slide left. Good luck trying to find their tanks from Oops as Milos kills Slide. Only Rhino left. There's less than a minute to go. Rush, you are fighting for your survival now, 100%, because Oops are topping this group, and it's now Rush fighting to survive and in this league, so that Elevate might not get through instead of them.
Yeah, that's going to be Oops picking up their first round here, 2-1 on Mainz defense. Good stuff from them, and that is important for the side of Oops. Very, very important. Camille not making that climb, though. If he makes that climb, he'd never been spotted. They'd never been able to get capped either, because he would have the hill control. There would never be a possibility for this kind of cap.
Absolutely fantastic recovery from Oops in that situation. Being able to come in, being able to get the reset, then able to deal with the second cap tactic. It was a bold play by Rush to take two T100s, but it then meant also that when the team fight came in, that the T100s realistically couldn't really trade with anybody. Oops were making good use of the tanks that still had HP left, were able to push into the cap and win the brawls. Fantastic play from Oops, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, good stuff there from the boys from Oops. A little bit of pressure now off their shoulders at least, but Camille, he should have made that climb every single time. He had 2 opportunities, didn't make it on both, and Elevate better be praying right now for Oops to step it up just a little bit.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. If it goes anything, if it's 5-3, you know, anything now. This is it. The pressure's completely on Rush now.
You can see a lot of nerves on Rush, though.
Oops can relax. Oops are like, well, it doesn't matter the result. We're going to top the group.
I mean, if honestly, like, if I can see that the play for Rush is to send the bat shot to go kill.
What was he trying to do here, Daki? Explain it.
No, well, if he goes up, he just keeps driving forward and drives on top of the hill.
He gets up the top way easy, yeah?
This play here, this is the thing. Like, look at this.
Missed shots.
No, look at this. Now he goes around the corner and Spyro misses. Hits the track.
Comes out, then the second one comes over,
gun. Watch on his gun. There's a second. Non-connection on towards the gun. He should have been dead. But if I can see that the play here for Oops is the most likely one or the most successful one to push a bat shot on towards the cap to kill the T100, then Rush should have realized this as well and have at least one more tank in position to punish this.
As Mojo was saying earlier on, if I can see something, Daki, then the other team should see it. If you should see it, the pro player should be able to see it. But, yeah. Look at that, cool cam play. Oh, a dead zone, smooth. Knowing that it was going to come onto him there. Knowing he was going to get the reaction cam.
Oh, I can roast him so badly
He's taking it so much. Kevin, the pro player, is his new nickname, ladies and gentlemen, and he is playing passionately. Nice knuckles there from Camille. Bit of a miss there. Goes for another one. Another couple of 2 just to make up for it. Rush trying something new. It was expected. We could see it coming.
This kind of play here should never work from Rush. The Type 5 heavy with double Super Conqueror in the base and the dead zone. The dead zone should be on the F8 corner. There's nobody from Rush that was controlling D0. So if the dead zone goes towards the G7, G8 corner, once they spot that Type 5 from Beowulf, one of the Super Conquerors tracks him, the second one retracks him, and the third one wastes his last repair kit. The Type 5 never makes it onto the cap. It's just too slow. Oops, should have been ready for that, should have been waiting for it. Beowulf should never make it on the cap like that, ever. He should have been tracked, should have been held, and should have been killed. It's not that difficult. Type 5 is a slow tank, a big tank. Super Conqueror is accurate enough.
Decha, we've said so many times here, he's Mr. Reliable for Oops. What a fantastic round. Raging Potato with a dead gunner and dead driver for most of that match comes second top damage. Probably the majority of that farmed into the Type 5 heavy sitting side on in front of him. But still, he was vital to that effort. Able to get shots off, able to force people to move out of the way.
Rush now gets to transition onto the defense, though. If Oops picks up this round, if they bring it 2-2, that would put all the pressure in the world on towards Oops, because they lose on towards Rush, because if they lose one more round after that, just one single round, one mistake, they will be going home.
It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. It's going to be 2-2, Daki. 2-2. That's what it's going to be.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I cannot wait to see the tears of devastation on the faces of the Russian casters.
How nervy must you be, though, as an Elevate player watching this right now? With the fate of your tournament not in your hands.
They can be nervous, but there's also the fact they can't do anything about it.
Well, let's find out how this one's going to go down. It's going to be round 2 here of Mainz. Rush are now going to be on the defense. Oops are going to be on the attack. Daki, this to me says they want to go for the hill with this lineup. Oops on the blue side attacking, Rush red side defending. Let's see how this one goes down.
Yeah, Karov going for the hill, but immediately the T100 from Camille going towards the eastern side. It could be a straight climb coming out from him. It would be interesting to see if he actually does that. Karov takes the hill now. Going to be looking towards Inspirer. If he's trying to climb, can he find him? Although Inspirer should be just going towards the back lines.
Kirov getting up into that area. Inspirer is there, not spotted. Can't picking up. Looks like there might be an immediate quick counter climb from Camille, but it's very dangerous. He is in that area. Camille's going for it already. No coverage. Milosh taking a lot of damage and he's 1-1-3 pushing over in the middle. We do have counter T100s. Camille looks like he's going to be able to get up there with the safer approach.
Yeah, Milosh there making a mistake in his 113, taking 2 shots of damage. But now Camille being up, that's crucial, that's significant, that's very important for the side of Oops. He's going to be able to fight off Inspirer, maybe even spot him trying to climb over. If he does that, there is a possibility for Karol to absolutely wreck that bad shot. Now the Anatolic crossing over, takes a shot of damage from the 113, that is the dead zone. Getting that connection. Milosh now going to be forced to back off behind the rock. Another connection coming out towards Anatolic. Only track this time, does not find one in return. And now Inspirer and Krillor did spot each other out. You can see Inspirer already taking 1 shot of damage. Loses his ammo rack as well. Forced to use his repair kit. And Oops with a strong start in this round.
Kiroi taking some damage in his IS-7 as well as he peeks up over in that area. Now, how are Oops going to do this, Daki? What's their plan to break through Rush's defense?
They have a few opportunities here. Inspirer is locked down. Camille can kind of play around this hill, do whatever he wants. Spots out Beowulf, gets spotted in return. Needs to be careful. He cannot lose this one-on-one. If he loses this one-on-one, that will be round going over towards Rush.
Rhino and Raging Potato just exchanging shots there at the moment, but nobody connecting with the hits. HP advantage ever so slightly with Rush at the moment, but they have taken a bit more damage on Oops across multiple tanks. Oops have only really taken damage on Milosh and a small bit of damage on Raging Potato.
Yeah, Oops here in a strong position. Right now it's looking like 8-9 line is the place to go, but there is still a double Super Conqueror sitting in the base, and Inspire is not out of this game just yet. Slide just playing Farming Simulator, well, wood cutting simulator, knocking over a few threes here and there. And you can see Oops relocating 113s towards the 8-9 line. Raging Potato getting spotted backing out. So did Beowulf. So they know that there's a triple Super Kong sitting in the base.
Raging Potato has to be careful here. Slide trying to aim up a shot on him, trying to tee it up, see if Raging Potato gets hit with this, but Slide just holding his shot just now in the E4 dead zone, aiming towards where Inspirer is, perhaps trying to get a shot on him. 113, not the greatest long-range sniping, but he doesn't need to aim for any kind of weak spots. He just needs to hit that T100 anywhere and it will do good damage.
The thing is though, if they push this base, they're going to have to do it well, because if they don't, if they mess it up, ooh, that's close there from Decha. It's triple Super Conqueror. They will be farmed coming close. Camille needs to keep tabs on them, needs to spot them, and needs to make sure that the positions from the Rush tanks are known. If he can spot Strike, for example, now Strike might take, might take at least 1 shot of damage because he's a little bit too far forward.
113s of Oops are moving over. You can see this on the minimap coming across C8, C9 area. Milosh catching up with them. He's already down to almost half health. That's going to be dangerous once the push comes in. Now, at what point, Daki, did Rush smell this trap? At which point did they see it coming and pull these I7s off H2?
Doesn't matter. The I7s can't leave because they can never be sure of what's the exact plan here for Oops. They wouldn't see it until it happened 5 seconds beforehand. So they need to stay. They need to weather out the storm. They have no other opportunities than to just sit, wait, and hope Oops mess up.
Oops fresh on the back of a 5-0 victory against Elevate. Elevate then defeating Rush 5-1. Oops playing without their captain as well, their tactician, Insane, Dead Zone coming in as a substitute. Can they do it here, Daki? This is a big ask for Oops, but they are playing extremely well together. Great reaction play, and here comes the push from Oops.
They're going to go straight onto the cap, actually, it looks like. No, going straight through the cap. That's better. Not going to stop on that one. Going to continue pushing down. Here come the Super Conquerors, though, from Rush. Peeking out, you can see already 2 shots of damage being done on towards the side of Oops. And now Oops is going to have to fight for their lives on top of this ramp, and I don't think it's going to be going well for them.
This is the danger coming into the crossfire there. You see already Crater leading the charge, taking the brunt of that damage. Milosh coming in at the back, shot going into him. These Super Conquerors can just pull back in a nice line here, protecting each other, rotating that HP so the next one comes forward and takes the hit. They're trying to focus into Strike, but look how much damage Oops are taking for this push. Everyone needs to drop a tank right now, but so many shots are being bounced by these Super Conquerors, but the return fire from the Super Conquerors is much more devastating. This Oops push has ran into a wall. Camille gets the first kill, but look at the damage they're taking for this. Kerl Karloff just taken out. Dead Zone now down on a one-shot, 15 HP, and Rush can bring these other tanks back into the fight.
Inspirer from that position in the T100, really making it hard for Oops to continue pushing through the Super Conquerors. They are dropping low. The i7 coming from behind. The Dead Zone with the team kill on towards Creator. The Dutchman taking out the other Dutchman from his team. Now Dead Zone going down towards Inspirer. Camille picks up Strike though. It's a 3-on-4. It's not over just yet for Oops, but it's not looking good.
Oops, they're struggling in that push against the guns of Rush. Rush looks like they're going to be perhaps taking this one 3-1 over Oops at the moment. Still surviving, but now, Daki, it's actually 3-on-3. You have Inspire and the T100. Camille continues to do damage up on this hill.
Camille needs to kill Inspire.
Still surviving in this fight coming over, but look, Kiroid and Slide in this E4. Can they get round the lack of mobility in the E4?
Right now, what needs to happen for Oops is that there needs to be a play from Camille. Either he goes for Inspirer or either he goes around. Deja can duel versus Kiruloid and win. That's the thing. The Super Conk will make short work of this IS-7 if he has to. This can still be Oops' round. The HP almost all even, but they have the advantage. They have still a Super Conqueror. Deja just can't overexpose Camille. He's going for Inspirer. He's making that play. Slide's trying to cross over. In the meantime, Camille needs to kill Inspirer right now before Slide goes on towards Milos.
Camille comes over, misses with the shot. He's going to just try and ram him to death, which he does. No, he misses with the ram. He's going to come off reload first before Inspirer. He's going to make sure that pen happens. Camille did take a hit coming over. Now, Oops have the gun advantage. A little bit of positional play advantage. Now it's up to Deca against Kirloid. This E4, as it says, if they can work around E4 Slide, is keeping Camille pinned in that area. What can Milos do to help?
Listen,
his
Milos
teammate?
should be going around. Milos should be backing off, going towards the H5, H6 houses in the 113. Get a back angle on towards that IS-7 because the IS-7's not fully safe. He needs to drive down the ramp, go over to the houses and start shoot Kirloid in the back. In the meantime, Camille needs to keep tracks on Slide, make sure that he can't peek out. Milos is doing that, at least it looks like it. He's trying to find an angle on towards Kiroid. If he can find it, Slide will be having to help his teammate right now, and then Camille should be able to farm in the back. Great shot from Deca!
Tracking shot, brilliant shot into Kirloid. Ammo racks him as well. Deca can now take on the trade. Slide's going to try and turn around to get shots into him. Milos is peaked as well. Milos is visible. Slide is visible. Where's the shot coming? Milos did not connect into Kirloid. Slide pushing up into Kirloid. He's just going to into Milos. He's going to come down on top of him. Milos might try and get a tracking shot to survive here. Missed shot there from Camille. Slide gets the kill on Milos. He does get a damaging shot. Deca now trading one-on-one with Kirloid. He can continue this fight. Kirloid's going to come off reload. Deca roughly at about the same time. Deca needs to make sure he pens. He gets the kill. Now Camille's coming round behind Slide. Slide's going to get pushed one way or the other. He's going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, and it looks like Oops might just turn this one around, Daki.
They know where Slide is looking as well. Camille playing with the Rex, keeping that E4 spotted. That means Deca will slowly but surely start to close the distance. Slide now going to peek out. He hopes Deca is in the middle, trying to peek out, but Deca is holding the position. Slide
Great
now.
connection there from Deca into Slide, getting a shot into him. Camille now coming around. This is the danger now. Slide is playing for time. Slide has 1 minute, 30 seconds just to try and survive.
That it doesn't matter though. All that needs to happen is Deca now to push forward. If Slide peeks out to try and reset, then Deca will be able to get the angle. Slide now still behind the house. It is still looking good for Oops. They are making this work. Deca is going to be taking a little bit of a wider angle. Slide reversing into base. Camille will spot him here in a second. Needs to be careful not to get outplayed. He will be able to see the engine of that E4 in a second. There we go. He spots him out now. There we go.
That's a tracking shot. Nice shot there from Camille into the side of Slide. Is he going to go for another one? Slide, he's in an E4. He doesn't have the turret rotation. Camille immediately pulls himself safe. Slide's going forward. Nice shot there from, and he gets the killing shot. Fantastic play there from Oops and Rush. It is now 2-2. Oops are taking this one to the Russians.
That is Rush almost on the brink of defeat. One more round to send the crowd favorites home. One more round for Oops is all they need. And Rush, they're going to be sweating. They're going to be on their knees right now. Elevate probably excited in the background. And that was a beautiful play there coming out. Camille doing as predicted. Going for Inspire is what he had to do. Milos then driving off the ramp, going to the house. As said, getting the angle on towards Inspirer, who couldn't go anywhere because Milos had the angle in the 113. Slide, as predicted then, had to go help on towards Milos, but by then the damage had been done. Camille was keeping tracks of it. They played it out perfectly. We predicted how it should happen, and they did everything right.
Right now, if anyone is looking for Rush, they're going to take a technical break. Fully understandable. Where are they going right now? If anyone's looking for them, they are in the pocket of Oops right now.
They're probably going to the toilet right now to change underwear.
I wonder. I think they're going to look for somewhere to go on holiday right now, where to stay for the rest of this vacation, because they're going to be sitting out on the sidelines the way this is going right now.
Oops, just need one more round. One
more round, and Elevate will be second place in this group, and Rush, formerly Navi, will spend the rest of the tournament as spectators.
Well, at least they can come watch the final battle, because if they lose this one, that would have been the final battle for them at least. So now this is it. This is, you know, the hopes and dreams of the CIS region. They still have Tornado, but they cannot lose Rush. They cannot lose them. It would be unseen, unheard of to lose them this early.
Brilliant, brilliant play there from Camille in the T100 and Decha, being able to pull Rush one way and the other way, and then being able to finish off the E4 at the end. Absolutely brilliant play between the two of them. Why we're so excited about this is because Rush, formerly Navi, are almost always one of the teams that play in the finals. You used to always expect it to be a Navi Tornado final. Now, Rush, for the first time in an international tournament, will not be, so far, possibly, could not be progressing from the group stage. In a group that they realistically would have felt quite comfortable with. Oops, third place in Europe, fourth place arguably, depending how you take the end of the season. And Elevate, whilst they were the champions of America, many people don't think America can measure up against Russia. Now, anyone who thinks that, take a look back at the match yesterday, where Elevate absolutely spanked Rush 5-1. It's a different team now. It's a different scenario. You cannot count out the other teams from the other regions anymore. The only team that has this still massive dominance is Tornado, but the other teams have now catched up to a skill level equivalent to the Russians.
If Oops pick up one more round here, that will mean both North American teams moving on to the quarters. All three European teams moving on to the quarters.
All three, both American teams. Outstanding. This fight here, they were taking an absolute... Look at the HP difference right now.
They had just
Only
had more
2K.
guns, so that's the thing. More
Yeah.
guns. Dead Zone team killed Creator, by the way.
Dead Zone, 15 HP. You know, puts one into the back of Creator. He's like, there's only room for one Dutchman in this team. I mean, look at this with Kerloid's 8. He just can't get the gun depression over that little lip he's facing against. Decha picking up that kill. I know what he said there, actually. And then... You know, the E4 left. You can see the pressure here on Rush. Really feeling it slide. Not happy at all. Not happy at all.
No, not looking good for them whatsoever, to be honest. And just all around great stuff from Oops to make this recovery happen.
Especially Camille coming down. I thought, he went for the ram.
I mean,
he slides down beside him. He misses
Oops
the ram.
even tried to help Rush. They're like, here, Dead Zone's
Look
like...
at this bit. The ram was set up, and then he just bounces off the side of him and doesn't do it. And the shot coming in missed him. The E4 missed him. Camille was so lucky there. The E4 shot over the top of him.
Well, it's a T100 coming down. It's a hard shot even for
Dead
an
Zone's
E4.
reactions. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oops tried to help Rush. They're like, here, take Creator. We'll play with you with one guy less.
We'll balance. There's the Dead Zone reaction. Like, oh no. Oh no, they're never going to let me forget this one. They're never going to let me forget this one. Kevin, the pro player. Kevin, the team killer. Decha, once again. Laddie, take a bow. Come up on stage. You are carrying your team right now. An exceptional leadership play right now.
Decha and Miloš doing what they are in this team for, making Insane proud back home. 4.9 from that Super Conqueror. Miloš with the 3.5, but the crucial plays in the end, going to the houses, getting the angle on towards the IS-7 from Rush, and Rush now 2-2 going into our next map, and they cannot lose a single more round.
The man that made the thing happen at the end is Miloš, the guy who took the damage at the start of the battle, surviving to the end to turn things around. Outstanding play there for Miloš to maintain his HP and continue to stay in the fight.
We have at least 3 more rounds to go, and Rush need to pick up every single one of them. They cannot slip up. They cannot lose.
The noise here right now behind the stage, in between myself and Daki, we have the English desk, analysis desk on one side. We have the Russian analyst desk on the other. We have the Russian casters further over, and the noise backstage is insane. Everyone is on the edge of their seats watching this one, and I hope you guys at home are loving the excitement. Insane. I know you're watching. Your boys are doing you proud right now.
One more round. One more round for the dreams of Elevate. One more. One more to go.
Look at their faces. Look at their faces.
3 rounds in a row. They
Oh.
need to win both of the Himmelsdorf rounds now, which is possible, to say the least. I think Rush will be able to take Himmelsdorf.
Oops, just
2-0.
need to win a round. They don't even need to win the match after that. They're still top of the group. Elevate will be second, and Rush are just playing for something to do for the rest of the afternoon.
Oh, Rush! I think it's the first time ever. If they go, this is the first. I think the earliest they've ever been knocked out is semi-finals.
How do you calm yourself, Daki,
I-
if you're in Oops's position right now?
I don't know. I don't think Oops is that nervous. I think it's Rush that's very nervous right now. Oops
Already know they're top of the group.
Oops can't do any better. They have already gotten what they want. They are already top of their group, no matter what happens.
And they're playing Yato, they know that for sure.
So they are already super happy as it is. They have no more stress on them. And I believe that they're going to be very happy to send Elevate forward and knock out Rush, a CIS team, you know. So they have no more nerves. It's Rush right now. And I think Rush never went out before semis.
Let's get this one down. We're going into Himmelsdorf. Normally you don't want to play Russians on Himmelsdorf, but Oops are known to bring out some special tactics here. It is all square. 2-2 right now. Rush, red side defending. Oops, blue side attacking. Rush fighting for their very survival here in the final battle.
Camel Eater going with the initial spot. It's 7 tanks from Oops on the hill. And if Rush lose any of the next 3 rounds, it will be over. And already, first connection maybe? Nope.
Strike spotted, but Camel just not able to get reloaded in time. Only information for teams giving each other 1 for 1. And look at this, Rush all completely on the other side of the map. If Oops can get down here, get over the top of the map, Rush are going to be scrambling for position to get back here.
Man, this Rush team have medals after medals and trophies after trophies in their pockets. But after this round, if they lose it, the only thing they might need is a bunch of tissues.
I reckon it's going to go that way, Daki. I reckon Oops are going to do this.
We'll have to see. They have 7 tanks going over the hill. The dead zone going first, so he doesn't shoot any teammates in the back again.
Well, Milos is in front of him. I'm pretty sure Milos is worried, asking him where dead zone's aiming right now.
They asked him to unplug his mouse.
Yep, Kevin, can you not look at any of your teammates, please?
They unbound the fire button.
He's putting no fire button. Somebody else is going to shoot for him. Okay, let's see this one. Push coming down the hill. Rush are starting to think to
This is good
themselves.
for Oops. This triple
Wait a minute.
Listen,
Wait a minute. Nobody's here. They're
this
starting
triple
to turn
super
around.
conk is not the quickest setup in the world. The 113, yes, but Rhino and Spire are going to take a while to rotate. Yes, there's 3 tanks waiting in the base, but Oops could catch Rush here by surprise.
Right, here we go. There's an E3 lined up here. There's a Type 5 Heavy lined up here. There's a Batchat lined up here. Who's going to peek first? Who's going to take it all? Normally Raging Potato takes all the hits here. They are all spotted. Shot coming out 800 into Raging Potato. 525 going back into the dead zone. Return fire going back into Beowulf. No connection. Strike able to get some shots there as well. Can Oops continue to go around this corner without taking further damage? So far, only those 2 initial shots is all that's happened. What can he do to get connections back into them?
Look at this though. It's a triple hit squad from the boys from Oops on the 8 line. It's 4 tanks from Rush. Raging will peek out, find nobody. That should give a little bit of information of what's happening. Oops needs to be careful
Rush
here.
are
They could
totally
run
out
into
of
the guns
position.
from Oops.
Oops, at the bottom of the map, they're meeting the Super Conquerors. Triple coming in. Can he fight this fight down the bottom? They're going to get split into 2 separate zones. Crater taking a lot of damage there. Anatologist not damaged yet. Kirillite not damaged yet. No return fire at the bottom going in. This is bad for Oops at the bottom. Crater taking a huge amount of hits. No return shots coming back into them.
Right now, what Oops needs to do is push straight onto the cap. There's 5 guns from Rush coming towards them. The only play they have is to push forward. And no, not like this.
Not like this. Everyone's playing Pause the Music. Yeah. So, right now, there's what? Oh, what? Well, the Russians are still speaking, but there's been a bit of a boo-boo, and that one is probably going to have to be restarted.
I know, it looks like they're
Or
still playing.
maybe it looks like they're playing, but we just don't have the feeds. We can't see anything right now, folks, so we can't commentate on anything. I I have no idea how it's
They're
going.
still playing. You can
Hopefully,
see it on the
hopefully
Dead
they're
Zone
still doing
screen.
well. Maybe we can get a camera down on Dead Zone screen to show us the
They
score.
have the triple cap going on.
They
Look
are
at it.
triple
It's very
capping.
high. It's very high
There
already.
is cap on the cigarette. Is potentially really high, but we can't hear anything. We can't
But
see
look at the cap. It's already at
anything.
75%.
Can't anyone that's going to get a shot here get a reset?
Oh,
There.
he
He
goes
reds
insta
him.
down.
Raging
Insta down.
Potato
It
got a
might be
kill.
capped.
They've got the cap. It's just turned round.
5
5
seconds, can they get
Where's
the
Spire?
reset?
Can come round the
Spire.
back. Turning around, they're not on a reload. They can't do it. And Spire's going to get reset. No, they're going to get capped out now. The guys down the bottom are not able to continue to trade into the fight. So, turning around here, can they do the damage? Can Oops focus their guns on the tanks of Rush right now? But doesn't look like it because Oops are caught in the crossfire. Can they focus tanks right now? Kelloyd right in the middle of them with all his HP. Inspire dueling with Milos here. Milos gets a shot and Inspire stops him going around that corner. Kelroyd still with all the HP. Raging Potato takes out Inspire, but in return Beowulf takes out the Dead Zone. Now they're going to try and focus tanks, but it looks like Oops just do not have the HP to trade right now with the tanks of Rush, especially considering their AMX-50 is up on the hill with a full clip.
No, that was very close, but no cigar for Oops. Almost making it work, but just about reset by Inspirer. Rush, hold on for one more round. Deja and Camille, the last two survivors.
Rush look like they're going to still survive for now, but they are not safe. This is the problem. Rush need to win 5-2 to be safe in this battle. They are in the worst possible situation they could be right now. Oops are safe. They're top of the group. Right now, Rush are fighting to win this match to stay in the group.
Yeah, Deja with a 1-on-3. I've seen him play these in randoms, but I just don't believe that he can do it in this kind of match. I mean, he'd have to find Strike first. Clean.
He just, unfortunately, during that fight, was caught up on the hill. Wasn't able to contribute the firepower of the AMX-50B during that exchange, and the triple cap almost happening, but they were able to come in at the other side at the very last moment.
Yeah, I think there's like 1 second left on that one. Inspire just about getting the reset. Whew. Was close. Was close. Almost. Almost for Oops. But now they get to defend though. At least there's that. At least there's that for the side of Oops. They get to defend now on Himmelsdorf. So picking up this round would mean everything to them. They look nervous though, and they should be nervous because one more round loss and it will be them. Well, going home, it's not that far, but still.
Still, to be able to have to sit and watch this one, I mean, it's another couple of rounds they need to do. They are closer, but they're still right on the edge. This is the problem that they have, is that they can't afford to make any mistakes now. Any mistakes, any opportunities that allow Oops to come back into this one. And I can almost guarantee you that when Oops win 3 rounds, I'm pretty sure Oops will take their technical pause to calm themselves down and just kind of linger on that moment of what that means now.
Yeah, 2 or 3 seconds more and would have been a different story for Rush. Would be home already. Camille here trying to do the best he
This
could.
is the thing. Rush are only now 3-2 up. Rush still need to win another 2 rounds.
Yeah, the
cleanly.
thing is though, the thing here was for Oops, if that push down the hill came 2 or 3 seconds later, then probably they might have found some free kills. Now they kind of, like the Super Conquerors weren't committed yet into that lane.
So close. So close. I mean, deleting that E5 was brilliant, but then they came up each side of the road, and Oops were just caught in that crossfire there. Tanks from one side, tanks from the other side. You know, battling as best as they can. But look, I mean, the 30B still stuck up on the hill. That's the problem. He's not able to get in and get clips out. If he'd been in that fight, that could have been a really different scenario. Held off the entire time because there was a bat chat giving him harassment up on the hill and he couldn't just turn away and have the bat chat come in behind him.
Well, now Rush has to attack though on Himmelsdorf. Great damage there coming out from the boys from Rush. Oops, with the all-in play on towards that cap. It was the right decision to do, but just in the nick of time, Inspirer saving his team. Not the first time Inspirer has done this. How many more times can he do it? Referencing back towards Grand Finals. If anybody remembers, Inspirer clutching it for his team, actually winning the championship and now keeping them in the final battle tournament as well.
It's close, Daki. It's close. It's not over yet. Elevate. Don't pop the champagne just yet. Keep yourself calm. Hit ratio there from Rush, nice, 87%, almost equal amount of shots fired, and you know these teams, they are not giving each other any breathing space whatsoever right now. It's regenerated, if you like, Rush coming back into this one, reinvigorated, and it's Oops just, you know, not playing for the memes, but Oops are safe. They just kind of want to take it to the Russians. They want to be able to say, we defeated a Russian team also.
Well, Elevate's going to be buying them steak dinner for the rest of this event if that goes through.
Oh, this is going to be interesting, Daki. One more round. We're getting ready here for the second round of Himmelsdorf. It is going to be round number 6 in this matchup. Currently, Rush leading Oops 3-2. But if Oops win this one and bring it 3-3, Rush are out of this tournament. They will take no further part.
One more round for the North American dream to come true. Lineups, triple Super Kong, double type, 115 and E4 for Oops. Rush on the other hand, triple type, double Super Kong, AMX50B and a Bacha.
See this one now, Rush moving across the bottom of the map, also sending tanks up and over the hill. How are Oops going to deal with this? Where is their defensive line set up? Are Oops expecting something like this, or are Oops fully committed to the 1-2 line? They're going to see the super heavy lineup here from Rush. Surely Oops are going to be expecting something similar to what just happened to them.
Yeah, already one type 5 from Oops getting across towards A6. That's good. They're now going to be taking control over K-Line as the entire Rush hope and dreams is starting to go over the hill.
Shots just missed there. Speculative shots coming out across, trying to get connections into them. These triple type 5 heavies pushing up over the hill, going to lead the charge for Rush before they start coming down. Nothing spotted as of yet. Nobody has any vision up on that hill. Anatolich down below is spotted, and he starts moving off. The AMX50B starting moving off. It looks like it's going to be a full commit, Daki, up and over onto the hill.
It does look like that, and so far only one tank from Oops in position. They need to start rotating back towards their cap. Miloš will see those type 5s at one point, and that will signal what is going on.
Now, for the benefit of Oops, they do have tanks that are not as slow as Type 5 heavies, although Super Conquerors are not the fastest heavies. They'll be able to rotate back around, but they don't have a gun line ready for these super heavies going past. They only have one Type 5 heavy in the cap circle who's going to be able to do something once these two Super Conquerors push past, and this could actually be really punishing for that Type 5 heavy that's up in the base on his own.
Yeah, it depends on how Miloš is sitting. He's pretty covered, though. As soon as he sees this, he should be backing up around the corner, but let's see. He finds the first Type 5, gives away the game a little bit.
Strike spotted. Miloš 540 in the side. Return fire coming back out. Miloš backs off. No shots going to him. He did get tracked. He repaired that immediately. Now watch the minimap for the reaction here of Oops. Are they going to bring everyone back? Are some people going to go south? No, everyone immediately, like an ocean wave being sucked back up, comes from B2, B3 area, and they're going to try and defend that line to stop Rush going into the cap. Daki, are they going to do something like park a Type 5 heavy on the cap and send something in behind it?
They're going to try and focus out Miloš, but Decha already making his way back in towards A4 is important. In that E4 gets across safely. He's going to have to play that window like a champion. Now you can see Oops all grouping up. One blob. Strike is on the hill, and Anatolich is in the hill. In that bad shot, spotting it out, this rotation. They need to be careful not all to get spotted, because if he sees everybody, there surely will be a counter push.
Anatolich does see all three tanks going down through that middle road. They're going to get himself up into the 5-6 line. Kirloff takes a hit from Anatolich, but they do redo a return shot back into him, but they can continue. Anatolich is having to back off, so he's telling his teammates there's 3 guys down there, but they have to be careful that Oops don't continue on and get shot as they have guns from the 7 line. Interesting play here. Cap being started here by Rush.
You can see Decha here just holding the angle, waiting for his moment. Rush bailing off the cap, pulling back. So nervous play, deciding to drive back, going back towards the 8 line, but look at the surround from Oops. Look at the positions. If Rush goes 8 line, they surely will be driving into the meat grinder.
The problem that Rush have now is they're backed into a corner completely. Oops are the defensive team. Oops can just sit here and let Rush make a move and just surround them, and then slowly squeeze the pressure, start doing the damage. Rush have got a bit of a position here, but now they're stuck. Now they are completely stuck.
Deja in that E4 in the meantime, giving a shot to strike. Raging Potato, Dead Zone Creator. They're starting to push up. Looks like Oops actually wants to make a counter push here. They kind of smell that the boys from Rush are not in position. The shot's coming into the back. Creator not crossing over. It's the counter play from Oops. It's the push from Oops.
Oops pushing in here, trying to catch Rush in a crossfire, pushing through the middle. Great covering fire here from Anatolic, getting shots here from the top as he takes out Kerloff. But look at the return shots here coming from Oops. They're getting this round Rush, but they're not dropping tanks. Strike still surviving here on 56 HP. Crater getting burnt here. He's still surviving, going down ever so slightly. Raging Potato skating out, but Crater has gone down. Oops are not winning this fight. This is a hell of a brawl right now in the middle of the street.
Everybody in one lane for every team, but Oops lose 4 tanks. The counter push. It was a brave play, but the positions were just not there, and Rush gonna put themselves on match point and need only one more round to complete their dream to at least move on to the quarterfinals.
Rush got the position there up in the corner. They waited, they bided their time. Oops came up and took the bait, but were unable to win the brawl when it happened. Almost everybody from both teams stuck into one street, and Oops just could not make their shots count when it happened. Type 5 Heavy is sometimes an absolute pain in the butt to get the shots to land where you want. It'll still do damage when you don't pen, but it looks like the shots were in favour of Rush during that encounter.
There's no need for that kind of counter push coming out from Oops. It was over eager. They wanted to end this. They wanted to end Rush in return had the crossfire set up. The Anatolic from the hill doing a magnificent amount of damage, taking that 113 of Kerloff out of the game before anything even happened. Oops thought there was a counter push possibility. There really wasn't.
Oops should have just sat back, patiently waited for Rush to make their move. There was no need for them whatsoever. They knew exactly where everyone was for Rush. They knew what Rush were going to do. They just needed to wait for them to do it. Instead, Oops tried to force the play, and Rush were actually in a better position to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, Oops had the crossfire set up already. That kind of counter push, you need to be very confident. You need to be very ready to make it. I don't think it was a good decision. I think they should have just hold at the angles, farm them a little bit more. They were doing well. They had everything cross-fired as well. And there was no escape from Rush from that A line. There's no cap potential either. So it's interesting that Oops decided to make this counterplay.
Very interesting. I mean, the crossfire there, the shots from Anatolic was absolutely perfect to be able to get them down. Shots in the back that Oops really didn't need to take into the rear end. Had that not happened, I mean, that was you know, full clip of a batcha into your team from the back that's not needed. Now, in this situation, Rush are only one round away from securing their place in this tournament. Second place in the group behind Oops. But at the same time, they are also only one round away from being knocked out of the tournament and Elevate being second place in the group.
One round decides everything.
This next round could not be more important for Rush. For Oops, it doesn't matter. Oops are still top. But Rush, however, are playing for their survival, their very survival. One more round to do it. If they do not do this one, we are going to be playing on Ruinberg. It was Oops' pick.
Who's defending first on Ruin?
I don't know. I only know that it's Oops' pick. And that's going to be what decides this match between these two teams. That's what's going to decide the future of Rush in this tournament. And you can see the stress on their faces right now. At least Kevin didn't kill anyone this time, Daki, in his own team.
That's true. That's true. But still, there's no need for this counter push here.
Just unnecessary.
They had all the crossfires set up. There really wasn't a reason.
They had the crossfire, but they're also defending. They have time on their side, which means that they need to make the play. Rush need to make the play, not Oops. Right, Anatolic coming out top. Inspirer, Rhino, Kerloid. Well played for them. Coming out top damage for their teams. The Batcha, Anatolic, we said that from that hill position. Absolutely vital and fantastic play from him to be able to do that. To be able to get the shots and help out his team in that situation. Had they been able to get a fight without him being involved, totally different scenario.
There really wasn't like an opportunity right there for Rush either. They were backing off from the A-line.
Yeah.
Time was ticking down. Oops had the surround going on. Yeah, Anatolic could have flanked maybe with a 50B, but how much would that really have achieved? Then is the moment to counter push like that.
They had nowhere to go. The only place they could go is either forward into the guns of Oops or back up the hill. But time's against them, and why would you pull all your heavies up the hill? Really questionable play there from Oops. They had that situation under control. I guess they were just a bit too eager to want to knock out Rush from the tournament. And now they have to do it all again. Coming out here into Ruinberg. Rush currently leading Oops 4-2. Rush fighting for their survival in the tournament, fighting to knock out Elevate from the tournament, who are watching this from the sidelines. And Oops, well, not really much of a reason to fight. But let's have a look at the lineup stack here. It's going to be Rush starting off on the defense, and it's going to be Oops starting off on the attack here for Ruinberg.
Triple IS-7, triple bat, and a mouse to make the dream come true for the side of Oops. On the Rush side, double Super Conqueror, a T100, an IS-7, double 50B, and a mouse as well. Oops saying that Ruinberg attack is the easier side. Time to prove it.
Time to prove it indeed. This was their pick. Can they do it? Oops are going to be on the blue side attacking. Rush on the red side defending. Come on, let's go. Devi, can you do this, Rush? Can you stay in the tournament? Or are Oops going to throw a spanner in the works and going to knock you out and take Elevate with them for the rest of this final battle?
Let's see. Triple bat shot going south, followed up by the IS-7s. Just Decha and the mouse going in towards the middle. It is interesting plays here from Oops. How does Rush set up the defense though? Do they play it safe? Do they play it passive? Or do they go hold on the corners and bring the fight to Oops?
T100 is not going down in the corner, so both of these bat chats from Oops are going to get over there uncontested in that area. We're going to get this fight underneath the base of Capture Zone 2. Milos taking damage as he goes across. Camille already taking a lot of damage as he goes across, but nothing coming back into Rush. No fire, although Slide is taking a hit now, and so is Beowulf.
Yeah, Beowulf and that IS-7 being focused out now. It's Milos doing it. He's gonna probably die for this. Can they pick up this IS-7? Can Milos stay alive for long enough? Milos now trying to run away. Creator joining over there. They want to pick up Beowulf. If they do, then it's gonna be massive. But Camille is low. Milos is low. They get Beowulf though.
Beowulf is dead. That is the advantage here for Oops. They have the extra gun now. Can they make the gun work on them? Deca and Inspirer, double mouse are going to come head to head in this middle road. Raging Potato taking a little bit of damage, but Oops can take a little bit of a breather now. They need to start focusing their shots, decide who they want to go for. Kerloid coming around the backlines. Great shot there! Great shot there from the mouse into Kerloid, and he takes a bit more damage there.
Milos now coming as well to kill Kerloid. The Rush falling to pieces slowly. It's 5v7. It might be Oops after all to bring this round. They're up 1000 HP. They have the gun in the game. This is Oops. This is Oops making it work, and Elevate better be screaming right now because Oops has every advantage. A Slide drops towards 543 HP. It should be Oops.
Oops holding on to their HP right now, continuing to put the pressure onto Rush. What can he do right now? Kerloid is down in T100. Beowulf is down in the IS-7. Slide in his AMX-50B. If he tries to push into this fight, they're going to focus him down. Oops have the tanks that can push into this. They have the gun advantage. It's 7 on 5. Rush, what are you going to pull out your pocket right now?
The rotation power for Rush has been lost. Kerloid is dead. Beowulf is dead. The cap has started. Oops just needs to control the angles. You can see the setup. You can see how they're covering anywhere and everything at the same time. Oops with the beautiful setup, an IS-7 and a bat down the zero line. Carol from the cap, Raging covering as well. I see no way forward for Rush. I see no openings.
Rush are pulling back from the capture circle right now. There's an IS-7 sitting in here, capping. Nobody's challenging him. It looks like the tanks of Rush in the small city don't quite know what they want to do, Daki. Oops have all the angles covered here. Strike getting further shots as he tries to move across here. 2 shots going into him. Oops have everything. They have all the angles covered right now.
Dead zone grabbing a reload. Slide goes down towards Decha. Cap still on. 1 minute and 9 seconds remain. And Oops now against just 4 guns from Rush. Carol still capping. A Batshot going to be probably joining him. And this is it. This is Oops. They're coming now with double bat down the middle as well. They see the rotation from Rush. They want to end the game. Double cap, triple cap in a second or two.
Oops smell blood. The Sharks are circling and they're going in for the kill right now. Triple cap now started. Rush, can you come in and reset this? I don't think you can because you're going to take an absolute beating when you try to do so. 6 seconds left. Rush, you're fighting for your place in the tournament. Are you going to go down with a fight or are you going to go down with a whimper? 5 seconds left to go. Can you do this? I don't think you can. This is going to be Oops, top of their group. Elevate are going to be second, but no, there's a last minute reset. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's only 2 tanks left for Rush and they are not going to continue in this tournament.
It doesn't matter, just like you said, Inspirer, the last gun alive for the side of Rush. They tried, but this entire tournament just not good enough. Oops, even abandoning the cap, wanting to close out the kill. It doesn't matter that it's 4-3 because this match is over and Rush is going out.
Rush, you fought hard, but in the end it doesn't matter. Oops are going through top of their group. Elevate are going to go second. Eta Gege, unfortunate there for Rush, but you are going to be watching the rest of this tournament from the sidelines.
Eta, Prosta, G, Oops, have done it. Oops, have brought Rush out of this tournament. World champions 2 times round, but now not making it out of groups against the European and the North American team.
Whoa, Dake, I think me and you are going to need a bit of a rest after this one, mate.
I don't know, man. I think this match, it says 4-3, but in my books, it's closed. It's over.
Done and dusted. Oops now can rest, sit back, elevate, pop the champagne, start up the marching band. You're going through to the quarterfinals with your fellow teammates, top tier. It is 2 American teams in the quarterfinals, 3 European teams in the quarterfinals, and only 2 out of 3 Russian teams.
I didn't hear a lot of noise coming out from the CIS side because there's just nothing to be happy about. They got defeated. Rush, hometown favorites are being sent back to their homes because, oops, they've done it, and there's no point here. Whatever Rush does, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Hashtag it doesn't matter. Nothing can change the results. All they can do is fight for a little bit of pride left to say we beat Oops. But realistically, Oops have beaten them no matter the result now.
Even there on match point, they look defeated because they are. It is Oops that pick up 3 rounds, and let's be honest here, throughout this match, those 3 rounds are well-deserved. They fought for it. They fought for it hard. They brought it back on Mainz being 2-0 down. Himmelsdorf, Oops, had it almost on both rounds, to be honest, and now on Ruinberg, they've shown it. This was risky play. Miloš Kamil dropping low, but getting Beowulf and Kriloid as well, pushing up and over. A mistake.
Brilliant. Brilliant play here for Oops. My voice is starting to go, Dake, but that was just outstanding. The cap resets coming in, but they didn't matter in the end. They had the overmatch. Oops just said, okay, boys, let's go. Let's just take it to them. Let's just take them out. And Rush, you can see the defeat in their face. They know what this means now. The noise behind us, everyone around us, Dake, us screaming for Oops, the Russian guys screaming for the survival of Rush, the players behind us making noise when they won, and yep, back to the drawing board for Rush.
Well,
more like, instead of Rush, now they're going to be wait.
More like leave.
Like leave. Wow. I mean, they made them fight for it, and they made them fight for it. The team Killzone looking happy with himself.
Deja there, top damage again. What a performance from him throughout this match, at least. Topping the charts over and over again for the side of Oops. No Rush players to be found. I guess they went home already.
I wonder what the chat is like in the Russian stream right now, to be honest.
Suck.
You know, drum kits out, get the marching band going, Dake. Great result there for Elevate. To pull things around when Elevate got defeated by Oops 5-0, and then Elevate pulled it out the bag yesterday to defeat Rush 5-1. Not defeat, to spank Rush 5-1. A really unexpected result.
Maybe Insane was the problem. Kappa.
Wait, maybe Insane is still giving him tactical advice, but he can sit back and say, boys, look where we got to, look where we are. Excellent result for European teams. Excellent result for the American teams as well in this situation. And, you know, even gods can bleed.
Yeah, now we go back on towards Ruinberg and Rush, having to play it out, having to try. I mean, they need to finish
what
this
can
match.
you do? Yeah, I mean, how can you?
They might as
come
well.
on, boys.
They might as well win this round,
Yeah.
so they get to leave earlier.
If I was Oops, I'd just be like, okay, boys, just let Rush win. Like we've done our work. Rush would just be like, guys, you know, it doesn't matter. Let's get into this one, though. It is going to be the second round here on Ruinberg. Rush now on the attack. It is 4-3. Oops on the defense. Blue side, Rush on the red side attack. Rush playing for pride here. They want to take at least the match, at least salvage something from today's fighting.
And the Anatoly is going super aggressive Arena T100. He does get spotted out, so not going to be able to stay safe in that bush. That is Kamil in front of him. Takes the first shot of damage as well. Spots out Kamil. Kamil takes one on the run. But now Rush, it's going to be the A-line push, and let's see what Oops can do. Can they decimate these 4 IS-7s, and can they send them home as well?
Rush going to go across here, making the crossing as 4 I7 slide, Kerolide, Inspire and Strike. How much crossfire can go in? Kerolide already taking the first hit. Multiple shots being bounced. We've seen this before, the IS7s can bounce a lot of shots. Multiple non-penetrating shots coming in. Kerolide though, getting focused at the moment. Drop down to a one-shot. Raging Potato, side armor, best armor. Not the best tactic right now. It's Milos picks up the kill on Kerolide.
Yeah, one of the IS-7s, Kerolide not making it across, but Oops doing the damage once more. That's so much and so significant on the side of Rush. Oops needs to flank around now though. It is a T100 shield. It looks like the Type 5s are going to be blocking off for Anatoly to make sure he can't be resetted. It's a good play, it's a good tactic. But can they make it, and can they bring it to the end of this round?
Let's see here as Oops start to push up around the city. Oops are not going to sit back in this one. At the same time, they want to be able to win this battle as well. They want that feather undercap. Kirilov taking a hit, double hit there from the 2 Type 5s. It could have been significantly more, but right now he's lucky. Return fire coming back, gets a reset into Beowulf, but it's Anatolich hiding behind him with all the capture points. We're down to 7 seconds. Can anyone get a reset in the Anatolich? Are they trying to go for splash damage? 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. There is a reset coming in at the dying moment.
Yeah, there is one reset, but 10 seconds left. They need to reset the Anatolich if they want to bring this to tiebreaker to have a chance to win this round. There is no angle. Deadzone looks for it, shoots towards the track with HE. It's not a reset. Rush coming out on Ruinberg attack. There is the reset, but the bleed on Oops, it's too significant. Raging Potato gets blown up as well, and it's just 5 tanks left standing for Oops. And Rush, they are going to close it out in style at least.
It's looking like Rush is still going to win the match, but that's all they are going to be winning today, because they will not be taking part anymore in this tournament. Oops were able to get the reset there. They've bled a lot of HP going in for it. Shots still coming in from behind there, so Oops still could potentially turn this one around, but they're in a very difficult position to do so.
Yeah, they're in a very tough spot. Milos going down the 0 line, still trying to get those different angles. Anatolich still capping. There's 19 seconds remaining on that one. Oops is starting to chip away from this HP. They're not doing bad. They are getting the connections that are needed.
Oops still continuing to fight to the end there. 420, no fire. Man's not hot as he doesn't get any blazing going. Rhino taking damage there, and his Type 5 Heavy Strike taking damage in his IS-7. Look at all the module damage and crew damage coming across here on Rush. Beowulf has lost his gunner. He's a one-shot 99 HP coming around the corner here. There's another shot. Deca lining one up for a reset. Can he get the kill here on Beowulf? 16 seconds left on the cap.
5 seconds left for Deca's reload as well. There's another reset from Karol with HG on towards the Anatolich, and Oops, they brought this all even again, even in Rush, when they have the better setup. Oops is making it work, and this is it. Beowulf goes down now, and now Rhino being shot from the side. If he goes down, Karol should be able to get the resets over and over again, and Oops might actually recover yet again.
Oops once again showing that when things look like to be against them, they are going to rise up to the challenge and say, you know what, we're not done, we're going to dictate this battle, you're not going to have it easy from us.
It doesn't look like Oops is about to take off the jacket just yet. Anatolich sitting on the cap, 1 minute and 42 seconds. Creator taking a lot in return. Anatolich, he is safe,
He's
but
stuck.
He can be resetted with HE.
He can't move. He's pinned in by the 2 Type 5s.
Karol might go down here in a second though, because he's getting pushed by an I-7. That's Inspirer. Inspirer gets the kill, but pays with his life in return.
Inspirer going in against the gun of Deca. Deca with 2 shots left can shoot into Slide if he wants to. Misses with one, goes for another one, misses with that one as well. It's 4 guns of Oops against 3 of Rush. Anatolich is still in this fight, but he can do nothing because he's stuck between 2 Type 5 heavies in the cap circle. Once they drop Strike, this is going to be Oops taking this one into tiebreaker. It's going to be 4-4.
Oops just can't, Rush just can't seem to catch a break in this match, even with the better setup. Oops with the reaction, Strike and Anatolich, the last 2 people standing here, and Oops, they are starting to add insult to injury, not only sending Rush home, but also bringing them to a tiebreaker.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oops have stepped up in this situation there. Without Insane, everyone thought this was going to be really difficult for them. Deadzone replacing him, Insane unable to travel here to Russia, and Oops have said, don't worry guys, we've got this. And they have. It's now going into tiebreaker, and that tiebreaker is going to be Himmelsdorf.
Which they lost 2-0.
Yes.
Well, it was a different situation at that point in time, to say the least. I mean, at that moment in time, Rush was still playing for everything. Right now, they're playing for, you could say, a little bit less. They're already out of the tournament, so yeah, at least hopefully Oops can win this, add to the statistas.
My God, what a matchup between these two teams, Daki. What a matchup. 4-4 all tied at the moment. We're going to go into tiebreaker. Right now, the result of this match does not matter. If you're just tuning in, it's going to be, for that group, Oops top, it's going to be Elevate second, and as you can tell by the face of the players of Rush, they will be taking no further part in this tournament. First time ever, I think, Rush stroke formerly Navi have never been able to qualify out the group stage.
I think it's one of the first time ever we don't see one of the Russian teams make it out of groups.
Maybe not. I think Not So Serious made it last time. Yeah, Not So Serious managed to get out of groups last time. They defeated, I think, Simp or something like that.
No, I mean like that. They didn't make it out of groups.
They didn't get out of groups, yeah. And this was, this was always the great two. Everyone was expecting, it's going to be a tornado. It's going to be a Rush final. And, well, not with this performance. America, with Elevate, kind of stepped up and went, psh, 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 psh. Sit down, lads. We're going to be going forward. And now Oops has said, well, sorry, lads, but we want to continue this this little roller coaster that we're on. And right now they're on the pain train, the one-way destination to the quarterfinals.
It is interesting to see. I mean, even here, the cap is almost done. Karol gets those resets above.
Look at the HP difference in the teams, like just the HP that Rush have on the most of the tanks there.
Just slowly but surely, Oops chips away the HP. Miloš from the 0 line, Deadzone from the other corner, doing insane amount of work, and they just can't catch a break.
Yeah, I think that their spirit is completely broken. That's arguably two EU teams now that have broken this team, and that Ding broke them when they were Navi, and now Oops have broken them now that they are Rush. Although Elevate were the ones that kind of set them up. It was more like Elevate were crouching down behind them, and Oops just did the push to tip them over.
Seems like all the teams standing around Oops this morning did bring them towards victory at the end of the day.
That initial cam coming in. And this is not even our final match of the day. We still have Kaznakru versus Tornado to go.
It's going to be hard to live up to this one, though.
I'm gonna have no voice by the time that match is finished. If that delivers anything like the hype we've just saw here, and both teams want to qualify top of their group because realistically they then have an easier quarterfinal to play. Miloš coming in top damager, 5.7 in his Super Conqueror with Deadzone.
Tornado is happy, man. They're always going to be happy.
Deadzone, when he doesn't shoot a teammate, can actually do a significant amount of damage.
A little bit of free farm, but yes, getting the shots onto target. Miloš, however, I think is the more significant one here with 5.8k damage for his team, making the dream come true. Tiebreaker now, and what beautiful storyline would it be for Rush not only to lose once against Elevate, but lose a second time against Oops.
Beautiful storyline, depending on your perspective, Daki.
Man, I've got my box of tissues ready. I'm going to go give them to Aziz and the boys later.
For us, for sure. As EU casters, we're of course going to be biased towards our EU teams. But however, regardless of the situation of the teams, you always want to hype it, regardless of what's happening. You want to sell the story. And right now, the story is that a Russian team are not getting out of groups. Pure and simple.
And not just any Russian team. This is Rush. World champions 2014, 2016, been at every single major tournament there is up to date. Pretty much played in every single one of those in the semifinals, in the finals, and now they are going to end this tournament.
Watch the next 2 days from the sidelines.
They end this tournament in 8th to 12th spot.
You can watch the quarterfinals. Here we go for the tiebreaker. It is all square, 4-4. Rush on the attack. Oops on the defense. Rush playing to salvage some pride here. Oops playing to just put the final nail in the coffin of Rush.
I mean, I think the coffin's already buried and put the dirt
just the final scoop of dirt right now and signify it.
More like adding the stone or the flowers.
Adding it, yes.
Or engraving it with, this was Oops, GG.
Oops and Elevate send their regards, you know? Here we go. Let's see how this one's going to go. Rush on the red side on the attack. Oops on the blue side defending. Daki, how do you see this one going?
Slowly. With the Type 5s from Rush, very slowly in that case. Some blind fire coming out. I really wonder how motivated they are to play this one out. It seems like they're still trying, which is good to see, but what can they do?
What can you do? I need you to protect their voices. Oh, Camille.
Camille going for the trade here. That's brave.
Boats. 1-on-1.
He's
Whoa,
like, yeah,
2-on-2. Camille came off worse there.
Yeah, it's some a little bit of
Cheeky.
cheeky, a little bit brave there. It's like Anatolich, I just knocked you out of the tournament and I want to knock you out of that window as well, the uppercut.
Inspire and Beowulf here moving down towards the banana roads along the 8 line. Coming up to back up the Anatolich there in his bat chat. Oops, Type 5 Heavy up in base. We're looking from the viewpoint of Rush, so we only see Rush's minimap viewpoint at the moment. And there we see both teams at the moment now. We have the free cam.
When you try.
You try your best and you don't succeed.
Well, they didn't really get what they want.
And they didn't get what they needed either.
They didn't get both of those, to be honest.
I would say that Rush were definitely, however, stuck in reverse.
I mean, I think for them, all around them are familiar faces, but...
And I would say that right now their manager is saying to them, you know, that he will try to fix you.
Yeah, some pots just can't be glued back together.
No, indeed.
Can't make tea out of a broken pot.
No. It's, yeah, it's not good at all for Rush. I mean, to try and get the motivation back into you, to try and not snap at your teammates and say, that was your fault, you know, we're losing this because of you, all that kind of stuff is so difficult to hold it together right now.
Looked like Karov almost had an angle there to get that shot. Good shooting from that 113. What a story, though. Oops, moving forward. How far can they get? They're only the 3rd seed of Europe.
They want this victory, though. They want to be, you know, hey, guys, we also defeated a Russian team.
Yeah, but it's
not quite as stylish as what Elevate did.
It's not the first time Rush gets beaten, is it?
No.
Oh, now we're just rubbing it in.
I mean, Elevate can be like, well done, guys, but, you know, we beat them 5-1, and then Oops will be like, yeah, but we beat you 5-0. So what does that say about this group, you know?
Camille now rotating towards the south. Oops, maybe looking for another play to make. It down a little bit of a hit points. Does look like that. Karov, Raging Potato starting to push up. Oops wants to find an opening here in this round. Not letting off the aggression just yet.
Bit of pressure there from Oops coming around the south of the map. Courtyard control here from Rush getting there safely. Anatolich getting across that gap. No damage coming out into him. Going to give his team some vision of what's going on with the lineup of Oops. He knows there's a Type 5 Heavy above him. He knows he has a Type 5 Heavy to the left of him.
Strike. Making it out of there before the boys from Oop. Oops get into position. Slide still hanging around in that area. Needs to be careful. But the trade's still going on. Oops going a little bit worse. Down 700 hit points. And now it looks like the grouping from the Oops boys, they are starting to go towards the K line. Camille getting spotted out. Gives away a little bit of the game. Slide getting spotted out in return. So they know he's over there. The shot comes out from the hill. But for Rush, 8 line looks the way to go. K line is almost impossible, so they either go 8 line or they go back up on the hill, but going back on the hill would take them 2 minutes at the very least. So
and immediately, Oops starting to relocate their tanks, knowing that nothing's happening down south, knowing that Rush are going to be trying to do something here up on base 2, and they're going to be ready for it when it does happen. The thing is like you said, Daki, we played this round, we played Himmelsdorf earlier on. It was an Oops pick, and Oops lost both rounds as well.
And now the 8 line push comes out. Beowulf, Strike, and Inspire. Decha
so
waiting.
Rush pick, my bad.
834 HP on towards Beowulf, who's bleeding more and more. So a good start from Oops, at least in this round now. All even, and they're still defending.
Rush starting to slowly push up now with these Type 5 Heavies, aiming across, trying to do a snapshot as they go. All these Type 5 Heavies are spotted, so Oops are going to be able to react to this. Anatolich is able to act as blocker there for any crossfire shots, but it doesn't matter because Oops were not really in position to be able to deal with that. But now Oops are going to start being in position. What Oops have to be careful of is that there's an E3 and a Type 5 Heavy up on the hill. You have to be careful when they move down this D line.
Decha here trying to find the Anatolich. Can he get that Coppola shot? Can he get that snap off? Can he get it? He does! 804!
Nice shot there from Decha.
Already on 3.1k damage. That's pretty much everything that the boys from Rush have lost, and Anatolich now forced to run. Slide in the meantime running as well at 50B. Needs to be careful. He's getting chased. Gerolf and
Anatolich in between a rock and a hard place. That's Creator, the fan favourite in Twitch chat, picks up the kill.
Creator sends him home, and it's going from bad to worse from Rush. Just getting decimated, outplayed, out-rotated by Oops right now. Yes, the damage being done, and Slide, he seems to be in trouble as well.
Slide's got 3 shots to put into Kerloff, hits with one, doesn't have the second one. Kerloff takes that one, gets another one into him, tries to go for the tracking shot, gets him. Now his teammate can come around and get a shot, and Slide is in a very bad place to be because they're just going to split either side and get him either way.
Yeah, now the dead zone hold down and his Super Conqueror gonna have a field day. Yes, takes a lot of damage, but look at Rush. They have 5
up the kill
tanks
on Slide. Look at this, Milos just peeks out in front of Deka. He goes, I'm going to take my hit now, you can do yours. Deka with the huge hit there into Strikes Type 5 Heavy.
Yeah, Deka already run around 4k damage, and it's Oops all over again. Not only are they sending Rush home, they're also giving them another defeat. Rush not winning a single match at the final battle.
Oops coming in here and saying, you know what guys, we lost 2 rounds in Himmelsdorf, but we're going to win this one. Cap being started right now, 20 seconds, but it is only 4 guns pretty much left here of Rush that can do anything in this fight. That's 400% now. Oops still with 7 guns in the game. Guns against guns is not in Rush's favour whatsoever. Strike is down on a 1-shot. Rhino in that E3, they can just go around him and play with him. Inspire taking an absolute beating right now as Oops go in to kill this one off, and Rush are going to be going home here from the final battle without even winning a single match.
Not a single match won for Rush. Rhino, the last man standing, as Oops are going to beat Rush in a tiebreaker, and what one hell of a match it has been. Still 6 tanks left alive for them. Rhino not even being able to kill Milos, who survives on 72 HP and about to come to the closure of Rush in the final battle.
It is done and dusted. Together, Oops and Elevate have crushed the Rush.
Well, that is going to be the conclusion of that group at least. Oops going to be moving as our head of that group. Elevate going to be number 2, and Rush number 3.
Number 3, sitting out on the sidelines, America and Europe reigning supreme. The old connection, the old alliance, Daki, it's like a Cold War that's just been settled by the Europeans and Americans.
Oops should be very happy with themselves. Taking Rush 3 rounds. After that 3rd round, Rush looked like a completely different team, to be honest. After Oops took that 3rd round, Rush, they still tried, but the motivation really wasn't there.
You could see their heads just dip. They took that time out when it was 2-2. They're like, right guys, we need to kind of get it together. We need to focus. Oops stepped up, battled hard so many times during this match. It looked like Oops were out. It looked like Rush had the advantage. But Oops really dug down, able to turn around some fantastic, absolutely fantastic individual plays by Deka and Milos. And Milos is someone we've highlighted in the past as sometimes having a great online season, and it comes to offlines, it comes to LAN tournaments, and he wasn't there. And Milos and Deka, outstanding. Dead Zone coming in for his team. Okay, team kill aside, he still had rounds where he was coming out top damage. He played his part, and Oops have done absolutely exceptional. They've got themselves exactly where they want. They're going to go through and play Yato now in the quarterfinal.
Semi-finals. Let's be real here.
Yes.
Yato Gaming did not. I mean, they had a good showing, but I think Oops has done better so far. Going in the quarterfinals, pretty sure they'll be rated as the favorites coming in.
Indeed, 100%. That is exceptional play for Oops to be able to continue fighting. It looked like at the start that Oops were on the ropes. Oops started this match up 2-0 down. They picked the first map. It was their pick. It was Cliff for their first pick, and they lost both rounds on Cliff. They came back into this fight, and they just turned the screws on Rush and said, you know what? We're not going to give you guys an easy fight. We know we're safe, but we're not just going to do you a favor right now. We want the win. We want to win this match, and if that means that you go out the tournament, we don't care.
This was the Cupola snap here from Deka on towards the Anatolich. Great shot, really. Oof.
Beautiful
Pixels.
shot. And then for him to turn and run, and Kratos like, free matcha. I'll take that, thanks very much.
Only one guy dying, it was Camille.
I wonder he's praying to RNGesus there. Kratos just playing one-handed. He's like, was one-handed, boys, the entire time.
Well, that's usually how he plays, looking at his damage.
Deca, once again, man we highlighted, and Milos right behind him. There is your star players right now for Oops. These two Polish guys playing absolutely outstanding. Deca especially, we've seen him in the #1 slot so many times during today. Fantastic player, absolutely fantastic.
Not much else to say about Oops.
48% hits there from Rush in that last round. Like,
Well, there was a lot of blind fire from them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blind fire coming out from the Type 5s, from Rhino on top of the hill as well. So a little bit of a flawed statista.
damage blocked, decent. But, I mean, shots fired. Goal coming in there from Oops. That's desk guest coming in behind us, if you can hear the applause in the background
I
there.
thought they were clapping for me from the
clapping
desk.
for us for the fantastic casting that we did during that fight. My voice is pretty hoarse. Daki's fight is pretty hoarse. It's been an
I don't know what
absolutely...
you're talking about. I can go for another match.
You can go for another matchup. Well,
sure thing,
Daki
dude.
is going to take a break right now. Then we're going to bring in Mojo for the Kazna match. I'm going to continue on. Let's jump over to the interview and see who Tanya has to talk to.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Camille from Oops. This is amazing. I can only imagine what Rush feel right now. But what do you feel right now after such a great victory? Tell me.
No, I don't have words to express this, but feels good, man. I can only say feels good, man.
So it feels good, man. It's great. Is it different from you? I mean, you just won Rush, one of the favorites of the tournament. Is it different from winning any other team? Was it important for you?
Yeah, that was really important because we have never won against any Russian team, and they're really strong. Our opponents were top 2 in the world, in my opinion, and we managed to beat them. So we are really happy and satisfied with our result.
Did it give you like extra confidence for the playoff and for the rest of the games?
Yeah, definitely it gives us extra confidence, and now we need to think about tomorrow's quarterfinal and prepare for it.
So what is the secret of your team? You guys look really fun. I don't know, on the broadcast you only do some stuff with spinners, glasses and everything. Who inspires you for that? Whose ideas it is?
I don't know, everyone is different and everyone is special in our team, I would say. And we are not stressed at all on this tournament, and we feel really comfortable playing there. So I think that's it.
And the final question, do you remember the moment when you realized that you're going to win the series? I really often ask this question, but I think it's really interesting. Do you remember this moment?
I remember only moment when we were defending on Ruinberg, and I died for free, then Raging Potato died for free, and I thought it's already lost. And then somehow my teammates managed to turn this game around, and that was really shocked for me that we managed to win this round on Ruinberg defense. And I remember this moment. That was really great, and I have never expected this to happen.
And then you realized that this would be a victory. Once again, congratulations. It was great. Thank you for the show. And guys, what do you think about this crazy game?
What do we think about this crazy game? We have had a lot of fun here, and I'm sure you have, watching that amazing game live from the final battle at Moscow. Something we are going to remember for a very long time and talk about far into the distance as future big international tournaments come around. Oops, with a big win over Rush. That really you didn't even need. Your performance had already been so good here at the final battles. You knew 1 round you topped the group. 3 rounds, you send them home, and you pushed it all the way to the end, fought for everything. That was a real statement. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's just, for us, it's unbelievable. You know, after the 3rd round, we're like, okay, you know, we're through. We're first in group. Yeah. Rush is eliminated, but let's just keep going. You know, maybe we can win the match. We were down 2-4 at one point, and we managed to come back.
You were down 2-0 at the beginning as well, and it was all looking very positive for Rush. And you brought it back to 2-2, and they took that break because they were like, wait, this is match point now at 2-2. If we lose this, it doesn't matter.
It's just unbelievable, the comeback. You know, first, you know, we were a bit down because the first round, you know, we had some technical issues. Then the second round, our I7s got locked in, and then we just managed to come back on the next map.
You did very well to recover from that opening thing. We had a bit of a power issue here. That affected the stage. They had to consult the rules as to what happens with that first round. You would justifiably have felt like, oh, well, that first round was taken from us. Maybe we hadn't lost it.
You know, there were still two guys alive from us, and literally the moment
that
I drove into middle and power dropped out and we couldn't do anything anymore. And for Rush, the power was still on. So, yeah.
It's in the rules. It's valid. That is, you know, they're allowed to finish you off. Yeah. Shook that off though, and came back. And you guys as well. Maybe actually, I'm going to speak for everybody who's here, with the exception of maybe the Russian broadcasters. You have made a lot of people very, very excited now. It is a shame in a tournament of this caliber to see, you know, a two-time former world champion leave us. But in that particular game, we did see what they can do. We were saying earlier on, like, that wasn't Rush not turning up. That was Oops really stepping up.
Yeah, there may not have been so much electricity in your PCs, but there was electricity in the crowd here and the staff and everybody at the event. Everybody was watching this match. And you know, really the dream started on Mines, where we saw initially Camille trying a new boost that we haven't seen before. Not so successful, but then the round turned around. You know, what happened there?
It was in the start, you know, Camille, he had a couple tries, because to spot him, they have to go all the way on the east side of the hill. So we're like, you know, Camille, you got a couple tries, keep trying it. And he had a bit of bad luck, you know, with the angle. And then we're like, okay, what do we do now? Looking at their lineup, let's just take 1-2 line. They got a Type 5. They're not going to go 1-2 line with anything. They have also 3 Conquerors.
But why were you showing us things that we haven't seen from you before in a match which, you know, you are through regardless?
Well, at this point, we just wanted to get, you know, back in the game, get this round on the board, and maybe, you know, take these 3 rounds that we needed to eliminate Rush. And
yeah, can you?
Yeah, to scare off this move, it was like, we're on TeamSpeak like, how do we do this? He's shielded. Yeah. We don't have a boost. What do we do? So first we go under the hill with the 2 heavies, distract him a bit, and it's like, Kerov screams like, I can go behind him, I can just clip him.
Yeah.
And he does it, and then we just drive out of there again, and it's back on our side.
The other round, where we're on the attacking side there, great drop reach move, I guess that was. Yeah, pushing the heavies down there. It was so close. I mean, you got 3 Super Kongs in front of you there, and also like who think did the most work there? I think Camille did like a great job there at the moment.
Thing was, we made the call because looking at their lineup, we're like, let's just boost Zero Line straight with T100.
Yeah.
And it was good because he was up 100%, full HP, and he was shooting them all the time. And eventually going in here, I kind of made a mistake. When I turned my mouse too quick, I turned really hard to the left, and because of that, my mouse hit my keyboard, and I accidentally team-killed Creator.
Dutch betrayal.
Yeah, Dutch betrayal, no bad feelings after all, and I don't know how, but we just
here we have the play from Camille. I mean, brilliant, you know, calculating that he won't die on the way down, managing to take out Inspire and opening up the map for you guys.
Yeah, but I think who we really have to highlight here is Deja.
Yeah.
Not only in this round, this is where he really started dominating, but we also see him later on being really, really good. And like, yeah, just perfect play there. You read Na'Vi like an open book here. Rush, I mean.
Yeah, it was like unbelievable here. This crossfire, you know, we have 3 tanks left. We know E4 is going for Milos. Milos does 1 more shot before he dies. Deja can kill Kiriloid, and then it's an E4, you know, he's a lot of HP, but we have 2 1-shots for him. But he's back against the building. He has to make a move on us, and it's like so risky and so tight.
Yeah,
and
slow TD, he can only turn 1 way, and yeah, very, very nice play there. Just, yeah, it wasn't even tactical outplay, it was also personal, individual skill outplay there against Rush, and I think that's really something that you can be really proud of.
And then a little bit later on Ruinberg, we saw a really, really nice attack rushing the south side of the map. Not always successful, but what really worked out there that allowed that attack to be so successful?
It was because they had no T100 light on the 0 line, so we instantly know at this point we can just shoot Beowulf. We had Milos on that corner, he was shooting Beowulf in the ass. Then we have Camille and me sitting there, and we can also clip him. And then at that point, the I7s arrive, they just peek over, kill him. And what can Rush do at this point in time?
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. And with that point, we can just move back with bad chats. They cannot push 0 line anymore. You can see only Conquerors 50B. The mouse going 0 line is not that effective, and they're locked in.
Yeah, then Rush trying to desperately take down the match here, doing a similar move there as we have seen from other teams, trying to cross with the IS-7s, but yeah, good shooting there. You instantly punished all of them, but then it got really, really close. What happened there?
They made a very good move. They had the T100 light on its side between 2 Type 5 heavies, and the only way to decap that is by splashing it with HE. Only none of us was in the right position for that. And eventually, Karov crossed and he got the shot, he got the decap at the last second, and from there on it was really close trading still because we were really far behind, and we eventually just managed to out-trade them. They had to cross back, shoot them there, and we take the round.
I guess who we really need to highlight there in the last match was Milos. He was on the 0 line, unspotted, constantly shooting, and farming damage.
5.7k damage from that
Whoa,
position.
I also did 4k, don't forget that. I did 4k also
4K
side-scraping
is not
on the
that
corner.
impressive today, Dead Zone. We have
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
numbers.
It seems like that.
Pretty even on shots, bang on hits. But positions in Group C, very, very different indeed. Oops, the Tough Giraffes at top of Group C. And Elevate after their dreadful start here at the final battle. An amazing performance over Rush from them yesterday, and that puts Rush at the bottom of Group C. So Elevate will be playing Unique and you, the Tough Giraffes. It's Yato who awaits you in the quarterfinals.